As far as world order is concerned, they've never been benevolent.
I'm talking about to their peers, to their people, to the other people of NATO. I can't agree with you, because the reason that all these armies have shrunk, all these budgets have shrunk from 7% of our budget to 6% to 3% to 2% is because they were relying on America to do the dirty work. They were the benevolent ones. You were looking after us.
No.
You were looking after us. Now, when America says, no, you know what, Europe is Europe and America is America, and we're separating ourselves. You guys need to get your money up. You guys need to control your borders a bit better. You guys need to look after Ukraine. Why are you involving us? Why are we always the ones supplying you with this, that, blah, 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 blah. That's the benevolent nature has gone now. It's like, I thought you were looking after us. It's like, not really, no. So I'm not talking about Africa or China or Russia even. I'm talking about when we were a clique in terms of whoever was on the side of America was looking after them, and now they're not. That's my view.
Yeah, I don't ever feel. I think it's always been like the Italian mafia. Like, it's a nice business you got here. You need to pay for security. No, we don't. We don't have any problems. No one hates us. We haven't got any issues. No, you need to pay for security. No, we don't. Smash, 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 smash. Oh my God, if you had paid for security, this wouldn't happen. That's basically what America has always been to me. Like that mentality has always been the case. So as much as you're saying what you're saying about the clique or what have you, there is no reason why there are 195 official countries in the world, and there were like 100. How many American bases were there? Like 124 or some shit like that. It was outrageous. Like they had a base nearly in every country, and you're going to tell me that was out of benevolence? Never, ever, 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 ever. I can't.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, rodents and other small insects. Welcome to ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, rodents and other small insects. Welcome to the ESN podcast.
Yo.
What's that?
It was one of the ones we did. One of the ones we did last week that I actually had downloaded. I don't remember if it's even got vocals in it, and I haven't listened to it since. But it's the one that was actually there in my app. No, is it? Yes.
What are you thinking of?
That song sounds like something.
It does very much so. It sounds like that.
Oh, which one is it?
I don't know who they are. I don't know who they really are.
That is blatantly Georgia Smith. Whatever happens. What did he say?
But they're not us. I don't know who they are, but they're not us, or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Fighting talk.
Yo. Welcome to the Eloquently Saying Nothing podcast. Hashtag ESN Pod. Start joining the conversation at ESN Podcast on all the socials. ESN Podcast at gmail.com.
Plug. Tell them.
To send in the things. The time is 20:54. The day is the 11th of January 2026. We are fully into the new year. We are in One Stop Relax Studios in North London. And the day is Sunday. And this is episode number
546.
In your blood. Thank you very much. Welcome to the pod.
I've ridiculed everyone on the roster. I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologize.
The truth.
To absolutely nobody. Get down. The double champ does what the he wants.
Stavros.
Paid the call to be the boss. You can't handle the truth.
Catch me at Stavros Boss on most the socials. In front of me is my brother, your brother, our brother.
At Big Wahala Insta, Big Wahala on Twitter. Was good, people.
To my right.
Greetings in the name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie, Empress Menen Mama.
Gaza forever, 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 forever.
Right. Gaza, we say forever. Alliance of the Foundation. Boom. Bam.
That was Simple Simon. Usually on my left, but he's not here today.
Wait for the wolf, who should be coming directly.
You sending the wolf?
You feel better, motherfucker?
Shit, Negro. That's all you had to say. I'm with the wolf.
And always in our arts, and we always represent.
Spider sense tingling.
DJ Webslinger, the actor. Rest in pieces.
So on your anniversary, is it? Yeah.
Of the passing?
Well, the funeral at least. Funeral's this week, isn't it?
I can't remember when the funeral was.
Yeah, it was like this. I think it was, this week coming.
I couldn't tell you, bro.
Or when you're hearing this, the week that we're in.
So, okay, well, to your point then. Anniversary's rolling round.
Rolling round, man.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
All right, guys. If we'd like to join the thing, and
of course.
What are we discussing this very evening? What do we want to bring to the table
tonight?
I'm just looking at something just to confirm something in my brain for when I'm ready to say what I want to say
about football.
Nah.
Well, it's on the docket. We got some stuff on the docket there.
Yeah, okay, then let's go to the docket.
Something completely different.
Nobody has anything they want to just discuss.
Just throw out there. No.
Probably, but let's start off with. Do you want to start off light or should we start off heavy?
Let's start off heavy, man. I'm end up light. But...
Listen, man, Trump is on the bazine, bro.
Yeah. What's going on with that?
Okay, we didn't discuss it last week, innit?
What's going on with that?
I'm talking about this week and last week.
What happened this week?
Have you not seen the thing I posted with ICE?
Let's discuss that because my wife, who hates Trump, I don't see that side of my wife at all, other than Trump. I haven't seen like Venom, unless she talks about Trump.
And you have now robotically trained your children to be singing a song in Triumph for him.
Have you seen the video?
No, I don't want to see the video. I don't think it's nice that good thing that they do it.
Why? It's a song. You people take things too seriously, man. You need to.
People are dying because of this man.
Yeah, it's a bit deep.
It's not like a joke for other people.
Very deep.
It's a song not good.
I can't even remember the lyrics anymore. But it's got when the song going good or not, your children shouldn't be running around saying, you don't know what that could potentially do for them if they went to school and start singing it or things start singing it. But you don't care, it's fine. Your children.
No, I don't care. I'm not expecting a 9-year-old and a 3-year-old to go to school singing a Donald Trump song and then get something is going to happen to them.
Okay. Well,
I'm the 9 and the 3-year-old. What's going to happen to them?
Well, the teachers could be like, why is your children singing propaganda songs in the thing?
What do you mean? You don't remember the lyrics to the song, but now it's a propaganda song.
Isn't it something about I love Donald Trump?
I will vote for Donald Trump.
That's a propaganda song.
That's a propaganda.
Because you're inciting the voting of Donald Trump
in a country that he can't be elected in.
Exactly. That makes it even worse.
It's just a joke.
Okay. Anyway,
the song is fantastic.
Okay. I can see from both sides, but I don't think you are taking seriously enough the other side.
Which is what?
Which is what your brother is saying.
People are dying.
People, not even just that. People are dying, but also the inclination as well with it.
Which is what?
Yeah, they're singing a song that is a propaganda song in a country where you can't actually do the vote. But it doesn't mean that there aren't people that are related to it, is it?
People are taking this as much deep. And I would like to believe, or I believe, I'm usually like a deep person in it. I'll go into things. Right,
no, it is not in these type of things.
I think I go, yeah, exactly. Things are important. Not something that these kids are singing now that they're going to forget about in a year's time.
If you're going to teach them that song,
I didn't teach them. They heard me singing it all the time.
You should have been singing it with a different leader then, somebody of substance.
That it works with his lyrics. I'll sing the lyrics for you people here who don't know it, because obviously you don't know what we're talking about. It says, oh my God, I will vote for Donald Trump. That's the English version. This is the Hispanic for Trump's.
So it's even in Spanish.
It's a Spanish song.
It's in Spanish,
but there's an English version. So
you went to go find the English.
I listened to both of them.
Oh my God!
The English one, I can say the lyrics to. So the thing is, for me, the reason I've been saying it a lot recently is because the song is. Once you listen to the song, if I was to put it on the social or whatever, yeah, if you listen to it enough times, it stays in your head. It's a toe tapper.
Yeah, propaganda. Go on.
So when I'm there talking with my missus and she says something that makes me say, oh my God, because I don't want to be saying, oh my God, in front of my children. Like, oh my God. You really believe that? Oh my God. So now when I start saying, oh my God, I finish the song. I will vote for Donald Trump.
Oh, wow.
Oh my
That's proper programming.
Oh my God, I will vote. I will vote for Donald Trump. They roll the R well. Donald Trump.
Either way, let's get to the point. The point here is
people are dying because of Trump. Go on.
Oh yeah, so you was talking about your wife. You wanted to say that your wife is
that's it. There's no person in the world I've ever heard have a disdain for like Trump,
because Trump is mad. So we did discuss it last week already, which was the kidnapping of the Venezuelan president, which is
and his wife.
Yeah, so there was moving mad there, and as far as I know, that's mad illegal, and it's exactly the same thing that he's complaining about that Putin is doing. By the way,
yep,
he decided he wanted something from somewhere, and he's now using some political.
He's never complained Putin did it. That's the point.
Maybe not.
That's the point. He's never had an issue.
He's actually been secretly jealous that Putin has done that and been able to do it.
But what about China?
Which is why he wants to do it.
This is what Trump believes. Before we get to your thing, then he believes that because they put this thing out recently where they would put out their views on the world or what they expect from whatever. I can't remember the name of the document, but in it he was talking about the Dunroll mantra, I think, or the Dunroll something. Basically, it's an old American president whose beliefs were that almost very simplistically, you split the world into 3 sections, and the section that America's got, which is like west of the world. If you're looking at a map, that's ours. So we deal with North America, South America, the Caribbean. All of that stuff is ours. You people stay out of it. That's our business. You Europeans deal with your Europeans, and then the people on the East, you deal with the East. And he believes in. So that was the actual American thing. He's brought it back into it. He's changed it now. So he's reiterated it in that new document. He's rebranded it the Don doctrine or whatever it is, and he believes that America have the rights to do with this side of the water with what they will. In Europe, Russia's the biggest power because it's all about power. Russia has the biggest power. So really, remember when he first spoke to the leader of Ukraine, he basically was like, you don't have power. That's what he was saying. His logic is, you don't have power to fight Russia. Why are you wasting your time? If we don't give you weapons, if us as a powerful nation don't give you the weapons, you will lose to Russia, which is actually true. If we don't sponsor you, if Britain don't sponsor you, you will just lose. So why are you wasting everyone's time? Just give them what they want. And all these peace deals he's trying to do with Russia is always taking the section they've already taken already. And it's like, just give it to them, blah, blah, blah. And in the Far East is China. China's the big power. They're the nuclear power. I know India have their own things as well, but China's one that's running things.
What about Africa?
There's no nuclear weapons in Africa.
No, nobody's looking at Africa. You're just getting pillaged. In terms of power, in that regard, is whichever one of us gets there first to pillage it. You can't look after yourselves. You can't do anything for yourselves. China's in there. Russia's in there. America's in there.
Britain.
He's talking about the major powers. So Europe cannot fight. This thing with, is it Alaska that they wanted to take? Was it Alaska or Greenland? When he said Greenland, nobody can fight us. Yeah, if you listen to the reports I've listened to, everybody said yes, it's true. Because we can't actually fight
Denmark,
America.
It belongs to Denmark.
But we, as a European force, we cannot match. And I'm talking about NATO, the Western, the non-American part of NATO. The Western forces, Europe, EU, cannot match America.
He told we're the biggest army, the best army.
Yeah, because it's true. In this case, it's just true. They've been looking after everyone for all this time. When NATO started, it's like, if you fight one, you fight all. We're going to look after each other as the Western forces, basically, against those big bad Russians and the Chinese and whoever may be, and the Japanese at the time, it would have been, blah, 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 blah. But then what was happening was that America was building up his military, and then they became the big brother, and everyone's like, oh, America will look after us. America's invading this. They're the only one that's ever actually used NATO. Nobody else has ever would have gone somewhere and it's been attacked. We need the rest of you to come back us. America's the only one that did it. When they went to, I don't know if it's Iraq or Iran or whatever it is. That's when everybody said, all right, fine, we'll join them. That's why everybody hates Blair, because he went and joined them.
And for the oil that they're doing exactly the same thing for Venezuela.
Well, again, at least he's being honest about it this time. But anyways, so they're the only one that's ever invoked it. Come back us up. We're fighting. Come, we're part of this thing. But at the end of the day, they're the only ones with all these weapons. The British army now is depleted. It's rubbish because they kept relying on America. They're the big bad people. They were on our side. The difference is now, they're not seeing America on their side anymore. America's like, no,
we don't care about. Listen, America as itself as a whole has just gone. As I said, we got all the all even the different races, creeds, colors, whatever, they all have the same mentality now, which is America first. And it's mad.
It's not mad.
It's bad for me, boy.
Would you have an issue with someone saying Nigeria first before we worry about other countries? We need to look after ourselves.
I'm not worried about. I'm talking about blacks. I'm talking about the ethnics here. The ethnics that they have been destroying you daily. Because America's not anyone outside of America is not destroying you. The people that's destroying you are Americans. But yet they still, yes, America's first. America's first.
When you say Americans, you mean white Americans?
No, he's saying the white Americans, because the black Americans, anybody else who's ethnic American is saying America first, and it's just a bit weird. It's like you are siding with your oppressor
constantly.
But you're looking at do you think? Okay, I know holistically as an institution, like I believe in white supremacy, but if you are a black, Hispanic, Asian, whichever kind of Asian you're talking about, person, South American person in America, do you think every white person is against you?
I think yes. I think you should.
Do you think that's what? You think that's how they live life? Every white person is against me.
I think a lot.
I know the system is against me, but every white person I go to work with, the person that my daughter starts dating with, the people I go to school with, they're all against us.
Maybe not every white person, but anybody that's in any form of power. So that's police, political. Anything that is army, anything that is in power. I don't know about. I can't speak for the Hispanics. Well, maybe we should now because ICE is showing you that what would they think about you there. I can't talk for the Far East Asians, whatever. I can't speak for them. But black people, I would speak for because constantly they've been showing that fight the power because that's what we've constantly been oppressed by all political or powers of anything white related.
But I mean, even the Far East, a lot have the same fight because if you look at the Far East. Americans that's made up there. You have the Japanese, you have the Koreans, and you have some Chinese. Japan, we know the story there, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, so they've got a reason to know that that the Americans hate them. The Koreans also know that they've got a reason to hate them. The reason why there's a North and a South Korea is because America's backed one side and not the other.
Yeah, but the side that's there is getting backed as it stands now by the Americans.
What, in South Korea, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then you've got the last lot, the Chinese, and we know how they feel about China. So I see what Hala's saying.
China.
But again, in certain, with those particular people as well, there's got a proximity to whiteness. And I've been reading a lot about actually the Chinese as well, especially they're talking about the proximity to whiteness and how, again, they feel like, I feel like they like the Asians of the UK is like they're the closest to the whites in that region. So
out of the ethnics.
A good way of displaying that, or a good way of explaining that in the actual real world, is when they tried to read or stop the affirmative action in colleges. So the people that brought it to the law was not whites.
Yeah,
it was the East Asians, because they're saying that we're not getting a fair shot because statistically we're overrepresented in terms of how well we do, but we're underrepresented in terms of getting into college because of affirmative action. You are allowing Hispanics and blacks in before us. So then which they won the case, and then the numbers of East Asian Americans went down,
dropped.
Which I don't know how that happened.
It dropped. In other words, they shot themselves in the foot.
Because I guess they'll fill up those places with the whites, maybe.
And this is the problem that I think they need to start taking into consideration, and probably the people that live in China or the Chinese political people understand, is that you are the threat. Black people are not the threat. Hispanic people are a bit of a threat. But you, Chinese especially, are the threat.
Yeah, but you're a small percentage of the population.
It don't make a difference.
So
they don't trust.
They're the threat how?
As in, we think we're actually scared of you. So if we're gonna go put you in our most educated schools, we're gonna put you in all these places. We don't even know. They don't trust China. Listen, I know people that and this is even the UK. We're not even half as much paranoid as China as the rest of America is. That don't even want to buy certain products because they believe that the Chinese is there spying in the products and this, that, and the other. You think that some of these Chinese don't think that these people that are coming to go to their universities are not there as spies?
Okay, yeah, all right. Yeah.
So I'm not paying for you to spy on me. I'm not putting you through. If somebody's going to get this affirmative action and it's going to get clean, I'm not going to put it on these whites, as you say, or I'm going to give it to these Hispanics, or I'm going to give it to these blacks. Usually the blacks, because they're not scared of the blacks. The Hispanics are scared of because of the numbers, because they've been having too many babies. That is why they're concerned. There's too many. You're taking over the population, and too many people are speaking Spanish in these streets. Maybe if all the black people had a particular language that we all spoke, and we was all speaking that language, and then it might be a bit different, because then they'll see the amount of numbers in the way that people are speaking, I don't know, Swahili or whatever you want to say. But because we don't, and they all speak Spanish, all these Hispanics, it don't matter where you come from, you could be Mexican, you could be Puerto Rican, you could be all of these places, you all speak Spanish, they lump you together, and there's too much Spanish talking people in this world. In this America, we're worried about you now. Done.
All right.
But the Chinese are their biggest threat.
Okay, let's go back to how it started.
Okay.
You had an issue with Trump and what he's been doing over the past couple of weeks.
So ICE.
So let's break down each issue.
Let's deal with ICE, because we haven't really spoke about ICE recently, and ICE has been going crazy for the past, I don't know how many months.
Yeah, a few months. Yeah.
Basically, they've been raiding all these mad countries. Cities, I should say, where ICE is just going, picking people up from the street,
kicking off front doors.
Kicking off. I saw one video that was it must destroy my. The man was holding his baby, and ICE was attacking his wife, and he was having a seizure at the same time, and they did not stop. The man was there, proper having a seizure. The baby's in the hand. They didn't even take the baby away from the man.
Are you sure it's not AI?
No, it's not AI.
But it can't be.
It was an AI.
I've seen some videos recently, and then Grok is telling me this is AI. I didn't know until the computer told me it's AI.
This one was an AI, man. And they can see them dragging away. There's been videos of them dragging pregnant women across the street. You can see them picking people up from the shops. When they go into the shop, they're just there, bang, kicking off doors.
Okay, for those uninformed, ICE is the what does ICE stand for? It's the Immigration and Customs something or another. But basically, they're there. Trump has given them record numbers in terms of finances now
and recruitment.
He's bumped up the recruitment. He's bumped up the figures that they can earn, and then he's bumped the money for you to do whatever.
They're giving them bonuses.
And he's coming out of taxpayers' money as well.
It's a government. It's a government thing. So basically it's turned into almost a paramilitary thing. So they don't even have like a proper uniform. They mask up their face. Yeah. So it's like they're going to war with. You don't do these things usually domestically, where you rope up your face so they can't see who you are.
And which is a mad thing, because obviously now, even with the police, isn't it? When they have like police cams, they got on their chest. You can at least see what's going on. If I roll up with my mask on, I don't even know which one of you did it.
And also, have you noticed that there are some that are armed with live weapons and some that are armed with paintball guns?
Bruv, I think it's whatever you got.
Much mind to it.
I've
been listening to news. I haven't been watching videos.
Yeah, I've been seeing the videos. There's been in each city that I've seen where they're showing ICE thing. There's a couple that have paintball guns, and then there's a couple that then the rest of them have got like real live ammunition. Yeah,
them man are just random man off the road.
I know, that's the thing.
It's not even like it's a thing like the police where you might go through some form of training.
Yeah, I think they do, but I think it's been dropped. Stop me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was 6 months. It's now 6 weeks.
This is what I'm saying. So I think that's what they're saying to man them. Yeah, look, listen, bro. We got money. Yeah, come collect some of these illegal immigrants and let us put them. And
basically,
the irony of it is that this is how the police was formed in America previously.
This is a militia,
and it was basically the Nazis and the KKK lot that joined the police force to do this policing work, and they've just done it again. Now ICE is basically people that have that kind of racist ideology in their mind, so they're already motivated. You understand what I'm saying to you? And now they're just being given authority to just go and misbehave.
Listen, and this is a time where we're in for my lifetime anyway, the far right is at its highest peak.
Yeah,
of people hating immigrants and this and that and the other. Shout out to the South African woman that said, "I hate them."
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So this is the situation that we're at. So anyway, this past week in Minnesota, or was it Minneapolis, Minnesota?
Minneapolis, Minnesota.
A 34-year-old woman, I think something Good, Jane Good or something, I can't remember her name.
Can I just pause you just for a second?
Pause me, brother.
Just to put a pin on Simple Simon's point about the police, just in case because it's not. I don't think it's very well known actually, which is quite surprising. That the police in America was formed to actually like harvest and collect slaves. That was the point of police. So it didn't start because of crime per se. It started to get the neck. Yeah. So that's how police started, and then it grew into what it is now. So Simple Simon, I didn't really look at it that way, but yes, it's a supreme parallel now, and it is like the rebirth of a new version of the police. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if they enfolded it in and gave them their own separate department or whatever. There's now ICE departments in next to the police department. It could happen.
The army,
but that is how the police in America started. All right, cool. Thank you.
So anyway, so there's if somebody can find a woman's name, because I can't remember. But anyway, she was on her street, you know.
Yep.
Basically, the ICE agents came, because what happens is that they attack like areas at one point, and usually when they come, like people tell them, ICE is here, and people start running and this, that, and the other.
They got whistles and stuff.
But anyway, so this woman apparently is a protester against ICE. So when ICE was in her area, she was out there trying to basically, I don't know how to describe it. She was basically parked her car in the street.
Nicole.
And sorry, Renee Nicole.
Nicole.
Okay. And she was basically in her car, so she was basically getting in their way-ish, not doing anything.
Nicole, good, yeah.
Not doing anything drastic, just in the middle of the street parked, basically almost stopping them from...
Blocking traffic.
Yeah, blocking traffic. And she was letting people through, but doing
something illegal. All right, so we start off with that.
Yeah.
She's doing something illegal.
Okay, blocking traffic, fine. All right. Either way, they're not the police, so they'll make a difference.
But they have rights. They have legal rights to do certain things. What I don't want is for us to change the actual reality. Whether you like it, you don't like it. Don't change reality to form an opinion that because I don't like it, they didn't do this, she didn't do that. All right. Okay,
so she was blocking the street, yeah? So that's what we're saying.
They have legal rights to do whatever it is to move her clout as well. All right?
Okay, all right. So they asked her to move. She was letting traffic go through. So there was not like she wasn't letting traffic. She was letting traffic go.
Okay.
At one point, they said to her, get out of the car, and then she decided to drive off. Right, so she started to turn to drive off. One of the police officers removed his gun from his holster. He said, I think he might have said stop. And then when she started to drive off, he shot in her car twice or 3 times.
I've heard conflicting stories, but at least twice.
Either way, he shot her. Did he shot in the head?
Yeah, she got shot in the head.
She got shot in the head, and then the car crashed into like a wall or something. The woman was not attacking him. I don't even try and tell me she tried to run him down, because if you see the angles, and I've seen so many angles, she was nowhere close.
If he didn't move, would he have got hit by the car?
No.
Simple. Have you seen the video?
Yeah, he wouldn't have get hit by the car.
Have you seen all the angles of this video?
I haven't seen all that. I've only watched a couple of videos.
You need to see the angles, because
I haven't watched tons of this ICE stuff. My algorithm is not algorithm like yours.
No, I didn't have this either. It's just I just kept on seeing they just kept on saying Minnesota. Like, what happened in Minnesota? So then I went to see what happened in Minnesota.
I knew what happened, but you're talking about seeing the ICE videos in general.
Yeah, because I went to look for it, because we're going to talk about it today. So I went to go and look to see.
Just recently you've been looking at all these ICE stuff.
Yeah, I see ICE stuff popping up on my thing already, but then that's just random things that's coming up, like the news or whatever, but I'm not getting constant stuff of ICE.
Okay.
But this particular thing, Minnesota popped up, and I'm like, why is Minnesota trading? And then they said, and I kept on seeing, this thing is crazy. I can't believe that they killed this person. I'm like, who did they kill? So then I went to go and search this thing, and then I saw the videos, and then I just, obviously when you're going through the things, everyone's got all these different angles. There is so many different angles of this.
The angle, the ones that I saw, it looked like if he didn't move, because he did move, by the way.
He jumped into the way.
I saw him move out of the way.
He jumped into the way before he moved out of the way. That's what I saw, and I was like, that's interesting.
For me,
because her wheel was turned in such a way that she can't hit him.
It was a full lock that she had turned, so she had turned right. She was
away from him.
But he was all right. The video I saw a couple of views. I didn't see tons. I saw about 2 or 3. She would have hit him if he didn't move. That's the video. That's the videos I saw. So you guys are it's 2 against 1.
Even if you want to say that,
it's not even, because that changes everything.
No, it doesn't.
So you can run me over with a car.
If I didn't move, because he doesn't have to shoot her, he can move and then he can shoot after.
This is what I'm saying.
No, but this is saying you don't have to. You do not have to. This is the same thing.
Never start off your sentence. You don't have to. All right, go on.
Don't worry. Just say what you want to say.
I said what? Calm down, man.
Just say what you want to say.
What's the problem?
Just say what you want to say.
I don't know what I was going to say. I stopped.
So then why did you start then? If you don't know what you're going to say, why would you start?
Because I was only querying what you're saying. You said he didn't have to shoot. You were going off onto the next thing. But I'm like, you don't start off. You're saying he didn't have to shoot. You know what's that got to do with anything?
What do you mean? What's that got to do with anything? You're saying that he's gonna. If somebody can move out of the way of the vehicle, yeah, which you said that he did, safely, yes, or you saying he was unsafely the way that he moved out of the way? Did you not just walk out of the way?
He moved out of the way.
Okay, so then if you got a big car to aim at, you could have shot at the wheels, yes.
Okay, yeah.
So why did he have to shoot her in the face?
He didn't have to.
Then why did he do it?
Because I don't know why he did it.
Well, then why are we having this discussion? Like, I'm not a devil advocate type of person. If this for me, it's a stupid discussion. Like, that man don't have to shoot a woman in the head.
Legally, like he's not going to get done legally for this. We understand this because legally, what she did was wrong, and legally, what he did was not wrong. So I will bet big money that he's not going to. That he's not going to get.
Just because something's not going to happen, are you sure that he's
legally?
If you have not been, is there not a legal thing in the system that you could? Because you could just shoot enough people. If you think that you could say to yourself, "I felt threatened," the person moved forward, so I shot him dead. Does that mean that?
You can do this as a civilian? Forget having the actual license to actually do it. As a civilian, in many states in America, if you feel under threat, you can shoot somebody dead. And then you have to, you go to court and prove that you were under threat. This person was attacking you. This person did this or that. And you shot them. You were under threat. Stand your ground. Finish. Let alone a law enforcement officer or whatever you want to count those people. So it's the law. This is when my wife was telling me, because she brought it to my attention and she was discussing it. And then I saw the video and I said, she was going to hit him. She's like, yeah. I said, if this was my daughter or my wife, and you were driving into an officer that legally in that country is allowed to shoot you, I'd be like, what are you doing? What are you doing? If the man's trying to get you out of the car, you don't want to get out of the car, that's fine, whatever, you can argue, you can talk, blah, blah, but I care about your life. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? So I'm not talking about this woman because I'm not here to defend ICE or defend the woman. I'm just stating the facts. In this country, they will shoot you over nothing. And you're driving into a person that is allowed to shoot you.
In that country, they will shoot ethnic people over nothing, black people over nothing. They're not really going around shooting white people over nothing.
So you thought that I'm safe because I'm white, that's why I can do what I'm doing?
I would probably think that if I live in that country.
I'll be honest with you, when I heard about the shooting, I didn't even look into it. It was on the news, and as soon as they said that someone was, I was like, oh, it's an ethnic. Yeah. It's got to be ethnic.
I assumed the same thing.
And then when I saw this white woman's face, I thought maybe she's a Polish. And then it turned out that she wasn't. I was like, eh? But what I did find out, I think, if I'm not mistaken, is that she was a lesbian.
Yeah, she's a lesbian. Her wife was in the car with her.
Yeah, and that's why I think...
Was the wife in the car?
Yeah, the wife was there. She was there filming.
I think there was a child as well in the car. All this matter.
I don't think there was a child in the car.
They definitely knew the wife. The wife was there in the car.
Okay. Yeah, so, and the wife was filming. You could hear her saying whatever. Even
somebody was in the car.
At the point, she said, that's my wife as well. So I was like, oh, okay, so she's a lesbian. That's what... Because again, the same set of people... are not just about race. It's like race first, then sexual orientation. Like they're just bigots, innit? So I was just like, oh, okay. Then who was I don't even remember who I was watching it with, but I just turned to them and said, watch how fast something gets done about this.
And even then, have you seen the videos when there's people like, I'm a physician, I wouldn't help her? No.
Yeah. Yeah, you couldn't. He said, I want to check a pulse or whatever.
Yeah, but like, no. Again, this is normal. I think we're looking at things because we're identifying with this person or we feel sympathy for this person. I've got no issue with the fact that this and this is wrong, but it's wrong all the time. It happens all the time. This is not an isolated case. This is not anything special. They don't just let random people come and start doing CPR or whatever.
But they're not doing
it. Somebody was doing it. I saw a video of them doing CPR on a woman.
I didn't see it.
Yeah. So I don't know when it happened. It could have happened after 5 minutes. This person could have been asking, because I see the video of the person saying, I'm a physician, can I help? And they said no. That's normal. They don't just let random person on the street come. For all I know, you could have especially in those kind of heightened situations. Something just happened. And we just, anybody can come to the crime scene because it's a crime scene now. Yeah, just come in. It don't work like that. So whether we like it or we don't like it, that's normal.
But here's the thing that's horrible now is obviously, I'm just looking now. The administration, the bonus fee is $50,000.
Yeah, for you
signing bonus.
Okay.
So now there was a report
that's bounty business.
Yeah, but there was a report that's been done, and they said because of the Homeland Security Department, they basically put a torch to all of the entry requirements. So they're saying that they had a droves of people who are coming and obviously sign on with a signing bonus like that. Why wouldn't you? But they were like high school grads. They could barely read and write. A lot of them were overweight. Some of them had what's it called, doctor's notes that were saying that they were unfit to do that category of work, but yet they're still there. And not only were they still there trying to apply, they got the job as well. Then they were saying that some of the applicants had criminal charges, like pending criminal charges. They were still, you know what I'm saying to you, going to court over a case.
Like I said, they upped the budget and lowered the
criteria.
Yeah, because they actively went out to source people. We like, this is what I got into be part. They voted me in because both times, each of the 3 times I ran for president, one of the biggest things I said was, I'm going to get these people out of here. Is whether it's build a wall or get rid of these rapists and the killers and they're sending us their worst. That is his thing. The people voted him in. He's doing what they asked for. No. They don't necessarily like how he's doing it now because like, hey, bruv, you're doing it. It's a bit rough. Some people, like the moderates, the bastards are always going to be bastards. They're happy with it. Yeah, but the moderates, which I would say is a sizable chunk of people, they're like, wow, this is a bit of a mazine. How you're doing it.
Some people failed the drug tests. Like, some people failed drug tests. It's mad. Like the people that they have got, it's mad. They had people with tattoos that are tied to gangs, white supremacists, all kinds of stuff are in that. You know what I'm saying to you?
I'm wondering why it's not affecting me like it's affecting
sexual harassment accusations for some of them. Like it's that squad is a mad.
But it's the same with the police, anyways.
I mean, yeah, to a degree, I guess.
It's the same with a lot of people. So, I don't know. What do you feel about the situation in terms of the person being shot? What do you think the resolution is going to be? Did you heard the mayor of the area who told him get the F out of our city?
Yeah, I've heard those cries. I've seen all of the protesting and stuff that's happening. Interestingly enough, it's not just that state. Like almost every state is having like massive protests.
Because the states they're in are states, they're Democrat states, isn't it? They're not states where they're led by Republicans.
Yeah, I guess. So there's a lot of states that are all having the same problem. They're all protesting at the same time. This is one of those situations where you have a minority majority fight, and unfortunately the minority isn't in power anymore. Do you know what I'm saying to you?
Hold on, let me catch up. I'm a bit slow right now. The minority majority is fighting. So who's the minority?
Minority is the Democrats at the moment. They're the minority in the whatchamacallit?
In the Senate.
In the Senate and in the in Congress.
All right.
So you've got them in control. And
the Republicans,
you got the Republicans in control, and then obviously the minority is trying to fight them. Normally, from what I've seen around the world, especially with geopolitics, there is normally a big problem because the minority population, whether it is interest group or what have you, is normally in control of a majority, and then there's that long-standing quiet.
It will be.
We hate them.
They're gonna win back at least one of the houses once they do the midterms in a few months' time. So they're definitely going to lose that.
Who's that?
Democrats.
The Democrats are going to gain back either the Senate or the I always forget whichever. But
Congress.
It's okay.
Do you think that America thinks this place is
House of Representation?
Do you think Americans themselves are upset with what's going on?
Some.
Yeah, some are.
Do you think it's enough to get him out of power?
I think I think the biggest problem that there is now, and I don't know, again, everything's AI now, so you're not sure, but I saw an interview today where somebody was interviewing a guy on the street, and the guy said, listen, Minneapolis, Minnesota, this is where George Floyd was killed.
Yeah.
He's a white man, I came down here when they killed George Floyd, and I was protesting as well, because it was out of order. Then I've heard that this has happened. I've come back here now to protest against this thing now. But it's very, very clear now that protesting is not working. We have to now arm ourselves. I said I don't even like guns. I'm against it. I'm against guns. But I've went and gone and got one.
Civil war is going to happen in that country,
I went and gone and got one because this is the only way that they're going to listen to us.
Well, that's the amendment.
Yeah, and he said the Second Amendment. I've now had to go and get one, and I know it. Like, I hate gun ownership, and I realize now what the Second Amendment was for. It is for situations like this,
exactly,
where we the people don't get oppressed by government, or we have the right to defend ourselves.
I defend it.
Yeah, because if she pulled out a gun, he might have chopped quicker. I don't know.
I'm anyway. Let me sit back and listen to what was happening, because for me, that played out the way it would have played out. If you told me she did this, I would be, she's gonna get shot.
But the thing is, so what was interesting for me was that this guy was like, he was in turmoil when he was having this conversation, because he's like, it's going against everything that's in the fabric of me. But I know that this is the only way that they're gonna understand and they're gonna listen. This peaceful protest is not working no more. No. This democratic or the what's it called, diplomatic thing is not working anymore. Like, we have to arm ourselves and people have to get shot. I was like, rah, okay.
Have you not seen white people that's been detained after they've done madness? Detained, not shot and killed.
Yeah, most of the time.
Yeah, so then, as a white person, I don't think these people are going to shoot me because I am not an immigrant. I am an American citizen. I have rights. Definitely as a white woman. Why are you? I would not expect me to be shot. So she fully thought that she. This is what I'm saying. I don't. Maybe because you're black or whatever, or maybe because you're being stabbed today. I don't know what your thinking pattern is today. But do you not feel like these white people have this thing of entitlement, that they feel like they're entitled to just be your?
We haven't got. You mentioned that she thought that she could drive off because she was white. Deep down inside, I didn't argue with you then. I said, oh yeah.
But then you're saying that this played out how he's supposed to play it. To her, he's not supposed to play it, and to most society, and a lot of white people are probably thinking the same thing. This is not supposed to play out like this. They're not supposed to be shooting us, American white citizens. No, you're not.
There's not going to be any civil war. There might be 2-2 protests, and it's going to be done. Nobody's changing nothing. This is how it is. Trump is running things.
And some people are happy with it.
Just that's it.
In fact, most of the people that I voted for him are probably happy with it. This is what they wanted anyway.
But then, how does this play out geopolitically now? Like,
nobody's getting their nose involved in America's business with them actually listening.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying now, America can't really talk to certain places now, because they would just say, "Well,
of course they can.
They don't care.
They're their parents. You do as I say, not as I do."
Listen,
fair enough.
As Keir Starmer is. I've never, you know me, I'm not a Keir Starmer fan. I'm like the same way all of us are. But I actually feel sorry for him at this moment in time, because he doesn't even know what to do. Because America, he has had the worst president to deal with in the history of histories. Because even the first Trump, whatever, wasn't as bad as this. Yeah. So now listen, it's like you go to back your boy, yeah. You talk to your brother's wife, yeah, and she says to you, Simple Simon, Stavros has been cheated. He's been cheating with so many women, this, that, and the other. He's been sleeping with them. He's been having children on the side. And you're saying, and you said to him, yeah, I'm so sorry. He's changed, man. He's tried to change. He's trying to do better. Take him back. And the next day, you should take him back. He does it again. And that's what Keir Starmer's doing with this man. Every time he's like, the Americans. Then 1 minute, so this minute he's fighting about the Venezuela thing. Then the next minute he'll be fighting about this, that, and the other. And he's just like, I cannot back you anymore.
All right, because this is another discussion. We can go back to the other bit in a minute, but I just want to ask quickly. There are a lot of people on the left who have no sympathy for Keir Starmer. They say, you're the Prime Minister of this country, and you should be looking after the interests of this country. You know he's doing a madness. We understand that you were appeasing him because they're the big brother. You need them for X, Y, Z. But it's got to the point where you need to stand up and say what he did here was wrong. What he's doing there is wrong. You need to have some backbone. Mm-hmm. I'm on what you said on your side, that if you run your mouth with Trump and get in his bad books, that's not good ultimately for this country, because Trump is not going to be there forever. In fact, he's going to be there after Trump is gone. If he waits till the end of his term, if he doesn't get kicked out before the end of his term, he got 5 years, Trump only got 4. All right? He's going to be there after. It's like, I have to play this game. I have to juggle these balls until man is gone. And even if I'm not in power, regardless, it's just for the good of my country. I just have to just stay and be like, yes, master. Yes, master.
The world is waiting it out.
So are you on the side of have some backbone? Or are you on the side of, I understand you're playing this game and I kind of feel sorry
I'm in the middle. But again, this is something where I think Britain needs to look at themselves and see, you are not who you think you are.
They know that.
They don't know that. No,
the government know that.
The government know that, but the British people don't know that.
What's that going to do with anything?
Because the British people need to understand it, because they probably want to start moving like Trump, some of them. They probably want to start doing all this type of stuff. You need to understand, because you're saying the left are saying they have a backbone. There's other people that's in the British public that are saying Britain, we should be able to stick up for us. America will slap you because you was not even their big brother. You was their father. And now you're their sons.
Yeah.
Even their grandsons, even.
Which is why...
You're not even like, even a small nephew, even. They don't respect you in the slightest.
which is why America can say, all right, and Britain ran us. We had our thing. We got rid of them. Now we're our own democracy. We gained power and we ran things. They can see this stuff with China. I can see writing on the wall. We don't want to become a second place. So let's try and take over this country. Let's try and take over this land. Let's try and take over these minerals. Let's try and get some oil because China's doing their thing. So they see the writing on the wall. I'm not going to let what happened to Britain happen to us. Britain at one point where they ruled 3/4 of the world or whatever it is. The flag was there running over everything. It happened with that. It happened with Genghis Khan. It happened with the Romans. Every time every empire gets overthrown, the Americans don't want to get overthrown because they're the empire now.
Yeah, but you have to understand that, and they have to understand that it's going to happen.
It don't have to happen. You can fight it.
That's the nature of it.
You don't know. You don't just sit there and be like,
but that's the nature of it. History has shown that it's going to happen.
But you could be the exception.
Nope.
You can say that, but
there isn't an example in history where there's an exception.
There's nothing stopping you from trying to stop. That I understand what you're saying. That history has showed you that empires fall. Eventually,
that's the nature of an empire.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that you then just facilitate it or don't try and stop it.
Yeah, but then the opposite now, or the thing of trying to stop it, is where you end up where you have an Israel, or so I should say, you have a Zionist state of mind, which is like we're either going to rule or we're going to press the button and everybody dies, and that's where you get to.
Well, if you're Trump,
but if you do that, your empire has still fallen.
Yeah, but some people is like I'd rather rule rubble than serve in the marble house. Yeah, but again, people often forget that in order to have rulership, you have to have people to rule over. That's why I said rubble. I'd rather... if this rubble, there's no people. You're missing the point. Some people, I don't want to be subject. I don't want to be a subject. Yeah. So it's either come into my house, and I'll put it in terms that a lot of us, my black listeners will understand. You can come in a house and work in the big house. Yeah, boy, come in the house, we'll look after you. You get a couple of meals, you won't get whipped. In fact, you do the whipping. You come into this house, or you stay in the field and fight a revolution and die. I think you'll ask a lot of people, what would you choose? And some people be like, well, I'll fight the revolution and die for the benefit of maybe the future generations or whatever. I'm not living oppressed like that. And that's what America is now, the man on the field. Somebody saying, come into the house and be like, no, I ain't coming to the house. I'd rather rule rubble. I'd rather die than come into the big house and be your servant in there, even though you pat me on the head and say, good boy. Fair. I mean, so if you understand that, then you understand America saying, I'm not leaving. Yeah, I mean, this doesn't bode well. Which part? The mentality. I disagree. Actually. The mentality doesn't bode well. The execution doesn't bode well. Like, it just doesn't bode well. All I can see is just the end of humanity as I know it. What we had a benevolent leadership. Whether we liked America or we didn't like America. You're saying they were a benevolent leadership? More or less. No. More or less. Let me Google what benevolent means. Because benevolent, if I remember correctly, was about the good of benevolent. And then let's go there. Yeah, so the benevolent means kind and with positive intentions. They were never benevolent. Fuck that. That's what I'm saying. You used the wrong word. Okay, if you know what I was getting at, what word would be better then? See, serving as a charitable rather than a profit-making purpose. They were never benevolent. I see, because all right, you're okay. I'm still going to stick with the word. Okay. In terms of, I'm saying compared to what we have now, because the rules were the same before as now. Who was benevolent compared to what we America have now? Before, let's say 10 years ago, compared to now? No. Otherwise, then I don't see what people are complaining about then. No. Because if you're saying that they've always done this, then what's the difference? The difference now is to their peoples. This is what I feel. Yeah, the difference now is it was very much they would do it to everybody else. Now, especially with this white woman being shot, now, for me, there's a blurring of the lines now. I was talking about world order, by the way. Not as far as world order is concerned, they've never been benevolent. I'm talking about to their peers, to their people, to the other people of NATO, I can't agree with you, because the reason that all these armies have shrunk, all these budgets have shrunk from 7% of our budget to 6% to 3% to 2% is because they were relying on America to do the dirty work. They were the benevolent ones. You were looking after us.
No.
You were looking after us. Now, when America says, no, you know what, Europe is Europe and America's America, and we're separating ourselves. You guys need to get your money up. You guys need to control your borders a bit better. You guys need to look after Ukraine. Why are you involving us? Why are we always the ones supplying you with this, that, blah, 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 blah. That's the benevolent nature has gone now. It's like, oh, I thought you were looking after us. It's like, not really, no. So I'm not talking about Africa or China or Russia even. I'm talking about when we were a clique in terms of whoever was on the side of America was looking after them, and now they're not. That's my view.
Yeah, I don't ever feel. I think it's always been like the Italian mafia. Like, oh, it's a nice business you got here. You need to pay for security. No, we don't. We don't have any problems. No one hates us. We haven't got any issues. No, you need to pay for security. No, we don't. Smash, 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 smash. Oh my God, if you had paid for security, this wouldn't happen. That's basically what America has always been to me. Like that mentality has always been the case. So as much as you're saying what you're saying about the clique or what have you, there is no reason why there are 195 official countries in the world, and there were like 100. How many American bases were there? Like 124 or some shit like that. It was outrageous. Like they had a base nearly in every country, and you're going to tell me that was out of benevolence? Never, ever. I can't.
You can be benevolent and have
benevolent
and have a structure of defense.
No, that wasn't the structure of defense. That was
to you.
No, that was about American interests abroad. We will be able to spy on you. We'd be able to what do you call it? If anything pops off, we've got people on the ground in your country, which means we can even stop you from starting to fire your shit towards us. That's all that was about. It wasn't about the good of the people. It was about strategic strategic deployment of weaponry, army and personnel. That's what that was about. So if whilst we're monitoring all of your communication lines, whilst we're in your country with our camp, if you decide that you want to have some dissent or you want to be mount some attack or what have you, we've got troops on the ground that we can just say, yo, sort that out quickly, so that we don't even have to hear about it on an international news front. Yeah. I'm not. That's not benevolence, bruv. That's not benevolence. That at all.
I think when it comes to like world politics, I think that is.
Nah.
Because otherwise, we're not living in La La Land where we can just lay back, close our eyes, and nobody's going to attack us if we have this or we have that, or they want this or whatever.
No,
you have to look after your house.
Nah, family, look at this, yeah? The reason why I'm saying what I'm saying to you, I think, I don't want to quote the wrong year, but I think it was around 4 BC, yeah? There was an armada from China, yeah? Of ships. They went to Africa, African coast, went there, traded with Africans, they traded with Africans, they left, they went back to China, destroyed the armada and said, yeah, we ain't about this. There's nothing in the world to see anymore. Yeah?
They destroyed their own ships.
They all destroyed their own ships and they said, there is nothing in the world to see anymore. Locked off back in China. Yeah? So, from the earliest times, yeah, the mentality hasn't been about go and conquer and to go and take over.
The Chinese?
Yeah. From the earliest time, that hasn't been the mentality at all. It's only when you've got the European mentality now, which is to go and take everything from everywhere. So when you say to me, they've had, if I put now military outposts in your country, military outposts, not civilian help, not military outposts, I put that in your country, they fly my flag. The part of your country where my military outpost is under what's it called? International. It's under international law, and the space that we occupy is considered to be American soil. Yeah.
All right.
In every other country, you can't tell me there's anything benevolent about that.
I can. But
we're watching you, and we're on fuckery. That's what we are. That's just basically it. I don't know why we're even having this conversation. Like,
for me, I don't see what point you're trying to make.
Okay.
If let's look at Ed's houses on the street or in a borough or whatever.
Yeah.
My house is here.
Yeah.
I've got the nicest car, the nicest chandelier, the nicest stuff in my house. watches. Everybody knows. Everyone knows. It's because something. If you got the money, hide it from everyone, innit? So they don't know. Don't get robbed, innit? If you're not flashy. But for whatever reason, everyone knows my house is the best. So now I put protection on not just my street, on my house. I put some cameras up on my house. Yeah. I put a gated community. I petition. I'll go to the neighbours. You know what? Maybe we should put some gates on each side of the road. So all right. And then on top of that, you know what? If I've got the money, let me put cameras at the end of the borough itself, or the end of whatever, within a few mile radius. And then on top of that, because I'm still getting, I know people are still watching my house. Let me put stuff in other boroughs too. Let me put some police around the other boroughs so that crime doesn't get too bad. That they might actually start having an idea even to come to my borough and do something in my house. Yeah, that's if somebody that description is just wild to me. Like, but that person is not. If you are not going to, because if you are not going to attack everybody else, if you're there for defense, but that's the problem. That maneuver alone is an attack. It's not an attack. It is. No, if I'm minding my business and you're minding your business, in your own space. But you're minding your business. I'm minding my business in your own space. We're in our own spaces. We're minding our business. Okay. Yeah. All right. I now get too big for my boots and start to feel like, my place or whatever is nicer than everybody else's. So I increase the security of my place. Yeah. All right. I don't have a problem with you. You've increased the security of your place. You see, the minute that you're increasing the security of your place requires you to have surveillance on my place, that's an attack. That is an attack. It's a threat. I don't see that. How is that different from me? Like, you're standing there minding your business. I'm standing here minding my business. And then all of a sudden I step into your personal circle of space and you say to me, what's your problem? What do you want? I'm like, I just want to be here because, I'm rich or whatever. And, there's threats all over the place. Is that not a threat? It depends how you take it. That's a threat, bruv.
If what I say is, if you put something in my area and I tell you I don't want it and you tell you, well, I'm going to leave it there anyway, then it becomes a threat. If I cannot stop you from doing it, then I'll see it as a threat.
You can see it as what you want, but if it's there for my defense, as much as I understand your point, I get it. You don't want it there. You're not happy about it being there. It's a threat. But because I'm scared of an attack on my place, I'm putting this here.
So I can attack your place easier.
And you're not big enough.
So I can attack your place easier.
You can attack the remote. You can attack the satellite, but you can't attack the main thing. I'm an area, this Mixer's an area, you're an area. This is the thing I'm trying to protect. And because of this thing, I've put something there and there. What you're talking about attacking is the thing that's where you are in your seat.
You can attack me.
You can't attack this because this is locked down.
No, but you can attack me now. You got easier.
I understand that. But and by all means, if you want to feel worried or you want to feel aggrieved, I get it. But my ultimate aim, and I'm not saying this is in America, I'm saying that if this is something they could argue, this is what they will argue. My ultimate aim is just to protect myself.
Okay, so if somebody then says, okay, so you are close to a certain place and I want to put something in your country.
Cuba missile crisis. That's what happened there.
Explain.
America had put weapons in proximity of Russia. So that if they wanted to lick shots at Russia,
yes,
they could get hit.
Yes.
So Russia said, okay, they're going to put missiles in Cuba, in proximity. Not in America, but in proximity.
You're not talking about what I'm talking about then. I'm talking about you put something in my country, yeah?
Yeah.
I say, okay, I want to put something in your country. No.
If we're friends, then yeah, there'll be British bases in America, or there'll be, I don't know, Icelandic ones or whatever. I don't know. Or we co-own this. You know about the Five Eyes, Britain, America, Canada, New Zealand, and Australia. They're meant to do this stuff together. That's why, was it Australia or Canada got vexed because when they dealt with some of this boat stuff. Because I think some of the things is like people they're hearing it for the first time. This stuff's been going on for a while. So while the old man was in power, they did something with some ships that was a Five Eyes thing because a lot of it's to do with the seas as well. And they did it just a couple of countries. I think it was Britain and America, and they just left out the rest of them. Sorry, go ahead. So, to your point, there aren't any foreign military bases in America. None at all. None. Well, not bad. I'll take it back.
Which I would have suspected, but it's fine.
So I don't care what you say. What you say to me, as long as you're if you're saying to me your deployment is there to protect Thingwell.
Okay, are there military bases in UK?
There's military bases in the UK.
Check, because I would have thought there would be one in America, so I'm wrong. Fine, but then let me not just assume that there's one in the UK.
Hang on, all right.
That is an American base in the UK. Yeah, because this is above my pay structure.
Yes, the UK holds significant foreign military bases, primarily for the United States Air Force, operating under NATO agreements with key locations in RAF Lincolnhurst, Malden Hall, and for air power and support, plus intelligence sites like Menrith Hill. Though, so yes is the answer.
Here would be my argument again. Then, going back to what I said earlier. They were looking at America as the big brother to look after us. We are coming to your ends to put some stuff there to look after you. We are happy, as in UK, we are happy to have the Americans there. They actually have better warplanes than us. They have better ships than us. They have better weapons than us. We want you here to help protect, because when things kicks off, we are a family. We don't need to be in America because America's big and bad enough to look after itself. And then if anybody attacks anything around America, we will jump and help. But we got less weapons, we got the smaller weapons, we got yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, so why is China not allowed to have a base in America then?
Because China and America are not pally, innit? You're not part of NATO.
Yeah, but
and you're not friends.
The countries that America's got bases in, they're not pally with them either.
Which ones? Who told you that?
They're not necessarily pally with them.
Yeah, some of them won't be, but then China will be the same thing. We can't talk about China. That is just trying to overtake Taiwan.
But that is Chinese territory, and it was. That's the argument that they're having. This thing that my man's trying to do with Greenland.
But who told you that? Did the Japanese? I don't know, bruv. Go and check.
China is as bad as America, but
whether it's Hong Kong or the waters around China.
But China's not. This is the thing. China is not pretending. America's what? They're not pretending
anymore.
They're just like, we're gonna take.
They put out the document saying. Did you know about this document that they put out a month ago?
I feel like I remember it.
The people going, what? Because he said you're on your own now. That's what the document said. Is the document they do every year or anytime there's a new president. Soon after the new president comes in, they put out their thing. Like this is what I'm about. What worldwide? It's not just our country. And it's like, yeah, you guys are on your own. We're running this Western world. That's our business. You people that keep fighting, yeah.
Well, somebody's gonna try and bomb them at some point.
Potentially, but then you will lose because you're not big bad like America.
Yeah, but the element of surprise is the element of surprise. That's the thing.
All this is the same. If we have to take it back to the playground to make it simple, it's just the guy with the biggest muscles and the smallest brain is just terrorizing everybody. That's all that's happening.
Yeah, but the problem is now, if you don't stop doing all of this stuff and then you start allowing other people to make other alliances. So maybe now Britain or the UK or and EU say, you know what?
You're pushing them together, yes.
Yeah, you're saying it's a bit bad. China, what are you saying, bro? Like, what are you actually saying? Because now America's just gone mad. So we need somebody that might actually be able to...
There's every chance stuff like that will happen. Like when they started taking their resources away from Africa in terms of helping aid, when Musk came in and he axed off all the aid that was going to Africa, whether it was for medication, anti-AIDS, stuff for help with babies, stuff to help with the mosquito nets and all that stuff, and they just cut that down to minimal numbers. You had these people like they were relying on America. America was funding so many things in America, as well as Britain actually, because we've cut down our funding to 0.3%, which is down from whatever it was. 0.7, I think it started off as. It went down a bit to 0.5, then COVID happened to 0.3. So everybody's dropping money from Africa in the Western world. But China and Russia there. China's like, okay, we'll help out. So you're absolutely right. That's why look at Traoré. It's like F the French. I'm down with the Russians. Not that I think the Russians is yeah, but they've now moved sides. We are with the Russians.
So on the Taiwan thing, China's been there since 1271.
And who was there before?
There was a Taiwanese indigenous people apparently, but China's been there since 1271. Then it was 17th century when the Portuguese went there, and then it was colonized by the Dutch, and then
colonized.
So take into account
Spanish
as it stands now.
So I'm saying
these people want to be their own independent state, and China's like, no, you're one of us.
Bruv, America didn't even exist around these times. So
but America's not saying you're one of us. America's just saying if China come a thing, we'll back you, kind of, because I don't think they actually will.
All I'm saying is it reverses itself when you got my man talking about Greenland. I'm confused.
Not just Greenland. Everyone forgets he was trying to do this with Canada. Just a year ago. Canada is America.
Yeah.
The Gulf of Mexico is now the Gulf of America.
Yeah. It's true. It's mad what he's doing.
Venezuela will soon be a part of America.
It's crazy.
He didn't say that about Venezuela, has he?
No, but he's saying.
Soon, when they want the largest minerals, they'll be
At least he said it. He said it up front.
He said it now. He's opened his mouth and actually said it now.
About the oil?
Yeah.
He said it from the beginning.
Oh.
The day it happened. But so the history of the oil in Venezuela. So the what do you call it when they have it in the stuff in the ground? The potential is for the oil. Anyways, they have the reserves.
Reserves. Okay, yeah.
Venezuela has what they believe the biggest oil reserves in the world as it stands right now. The type of oil that they comes out of their ground is the thick stuff that America used to have a lot of. They don't have so much of it now, and they don't process it so much of it now, but they used to have a lot of it. So they have the infrastructure to process it around the coast, which is near Venezuela. All right? But with the fracking, what's happening with America now is more the lighter oil that they can still use. But building up the infrastructure to process this stuff is big money, big deal. Takes forever and ever and ever.
It's a refinery then.
Yeah,
which is why they hate Dangote so much. But go on, keep going.
So having that oil would be a good thing for what it's a big hoo-ha. But the thing is that when America went into Venezuela in whether it was the 40s or the 50s or the 60s or whenever it was, they were pumping the oil. They had the refineries there. They were doing whatever. They were working in conjunction. But obviously, America was taking a big cut.
Yeah, and then Chavez nationalized it.
Yeah, then they became nationalized and got rid of most of them. There's only one left. I can't remember which one it is. One American company that's there. But then all the infrastructure went to bits. You know what? If you're a white person, you'll be like, look what happened in South Africa as the minute we left the farms. Look what happened in Zimbabwe the minute we left the farms. Look what happened in Venezuela the minute we left the oil. Everything ran to pieces.
But the question you have to ask yourself...
They're not making it... Venezuela should be rich.
Before you was there, things was working fine. You came, messed up the country, messed up everyone's brain, messed up all of their psychology.
You're going back too far.
Left the country and then suddenly, because I've had this discussion with a British guy. He's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. He's a smart guy. But he's like, when we leave the country, then suddenly it goes to thing. I said, but who? Why? And he's like, well, I said, the reason why it's gone to put is because you've gone there, messed everyone up, put this person with this person, hold hands with this person that never hold hands before. This, did that, the other.
So is that what happened in Venezuela?
Venezuela, I don't know. I'm talking about in general. Whenever these people go somewhere, they never go there and leave it in peace because they mess everything up when they're there.
You remember the beginning of Malcolm X, the film? Mm-hmm. Wherever the white man has gone, there's never peace.
There's never.
I'm going to find that.
And that's how they leave it.
Unfortunately, that is kind of...
And that's how they leave it.
There is a bit... Unfortunately, there is a consistency with that thing, Will. And you saying it all breaks down and goes to rubbish, I would even go as far as to suggest that if we were to do I know what you're doing. We would do an assessment of the environmental conditions before they went and after they've left, you will see that also. You know what I'm saying to you? The pollution they were producing before they got there was less.
Let's talk about liberation then, because let's talk about the reverse. So when they went to go liberate Libya, is it or worse now?
Yeah. Oh, that's worse.
Okay, when they went to go liberate Iran or Iraq, whichever one
everywhere they've gone, they've made it worse. Which is
I mean, Assalamu alaikum. How do you feel? Who do we want to hear? Are we going to bring them on? Yes, we're going to bring them on.
Spike Lee just won a Critics' Choice
Minister Malcolm
award.
X. Let us bring them on with a round.
He's one of the best films of all time.
How long is this thing?
Brothers and sisters,
2 minutes.
I'm here to tell you that I charge the white man. I charge the white man with being the greatest murderer on earth. I charge the white man with being the greatest kidnapper on earth. There is no place in this world that man can go and say he created peace and harmony. Everywhere he's gone, he's created havoc. Everywhere he's gone, he's created destruction. So I charge him. I charge him with being the greatest kidnapper on this earth. I charge him with being the greatest murderer on this earth. I charge him with being the greatest robber and enslaver on this earth. I charge the white man with being the greatest swine eater on this earth. The greatest drunkard on this earth. He can't deny the charges. You can't deny the charges. We're the living proof of those charges. You and I are the proof. You're not an American. You are the victim of America. You didn't have a choice coming over here. He didn't say, black man, black woman, come on over and help me build America. He said, nigga, get down in the bottom of that boat and I'm taking you over there to help me build America. Being born here does not make you an American. I'm not an American, you're not an American. You're one of the 22 million black people who are the victims of America. You and I, we've never seen any democracy. We ain't seen no democracy on the cotton fields of Georgia. Wasn't no democracy down there. We didn't see any democracy on the streets of Harlem, in the streets of Brooklyn, in the streets of Detroit, in Chicago. Ain't no democracy down there. No, we've never seen democracy. All we've seen is hypocrisy. We don't see any American dream. We've experienced only the American nightmare.
Shout out Cody Rhodes. And shout out Dusty Rhodes as well.
Why? American Dream.
He was called the American Dream, and his son Cody Rhodes calls himself the American Nightmare. And they post many pictures of him with Malcolm X and all this. He was goofy on. But anyway, that's another story for another day. But again,
it's tough, man. The whole thing is tough.
When you hear that type of stuff, yeah, when you hear these type of things, right, and you see that America, that black America, yeah, like I would love to see if Malcolm X, what he would think of America now and the black Americans.
I think he would just the black Americans.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think Boondocks covered that, innit? I
don't know.
MLK. They did MLK, not Malcolm X.
No, but I'm talking about now, as in what he's seeing, where there's black Americans, as I said, like for the FBA, the ADOS, the this, that, other. Some of them will potentially feel like they're children of Malcolm X or children of MLK, or other people that are
MLK saw himself as an American.
Yeah, so they might see themselves as that, but. Again, it'd be interesting to see what they would think of when they're hearing.
Take into account, Malcolm X changed his mind.
In what capacity?
That he thought one thing, and then after he went to Africa, he came back and he had a different way of thinking about things. That's why he left the nation, and he was going down a different route.
Which was what?
I can't. I don't know specifically to say it. And
was he still thinking that he was an American?
I don't know. I don't know about that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm talking more of that stuff where
I'm just saying. My point is, he can change his mind. He can grow. He wasn't so.
I wasn't saying
solid.
that he can't grow, but I would just be interested to see what going by just that speech there, how he would see it. Because there's American people that will tell you that we are indigenous to America.
Yeah. Maybe with some historical something or another, maybe like there's a percentage of blacks that are historical. The so-called Native Americans, some of them are blacks.
I don't know.
Or what you would call the African American. Anyways, so okay, so you've gone with the shooting. Obviously, you think it's unjust, and you think there'll be some repercussions, but there's not going to be some all out.
I don't know if there's going to be repercussions. I don't know what they're going to do. I think they're going to make noises. I'm like you. I think they're going to make noise for a little bit and then go back to going to do what they did. But the fact that they're just going to go back to do what they're doing is mad. It's very, as I said, America is like I don't know if you say it's like a benchmark for what the rest of the world can do, but. Sometimes it is, and I'm just waiting to see whether or not that's going to spread to these other countries.
I think it's the other way around. If you go to many countries in the world, they're doing what America's doing. This is going back to my benevolent point in the point what I was saying before. America wasn't doing all this stuff. If you go to enough countries, they're doing what America's doing now.
What, just killing?
Just if somebody's on our turf, we take them out. If you're trying to take me out, we take you out. The rhetoric of the position you hold, and you're saying these kind of things, don't you take any pride in the position you hold? Like, nah, I don't care about the other side. And then man should go. Send them to jail. Get my people out of jail. Man, how many people has he got out of jail that easy people? January 6th, all of you come out. People that his bedrooms, send a letter to Trump, and get them out of jail.
Crazy. It's just crazy.
Even the president of another Latin American country that got prosecuted for the same drugs apparently that this one that you've just went and captured did. You let him out of jail. You get me?
So drunk parrot as well.
So he's not like taking the funk.
He's like
if you're on my side, I'll back you, bro.
He's proper mafia boss.
Wait. I will back you.
Me and my wife have been watching Snowfall, innit? So we see the drug trade of the Venezuelan situation with the drug trade and all that stuff. And it just makes me laugh. It's just like, this is America. America runs of drugs,
this is
guns,
America.
Money, all of this stuff. They're part of all of this dirty crime.
Yeah.
But they like to pretend like they're not. But this is the thing. He's not pretending. He's like, yes, send that cocaine this way. We have to make this money, man. Make this. So some of it is good to see that somebody's actually telling you the truth. Yeah. But the truth is ugly, man. Very, very ugly.
To go back to my explanation about the oil in Venezuela. So when he started, it's like, we're going to take back our oil. They stole our oil. That's what he was talking about. They kicked us out of the country in the 60s or whenever it was, when they nationalised all the oil. And we had built up all the infrastructure there. We had all the business there. We had all these links. And then they nationalised it. And then they gave us, I think it was like 5% or whatever it is. So we're taking it back.
Yeah, but he said something else that was wild. It was like, just because you came there 500 years ago doesn't mean that you own the place, which is when he was talking about Greenland. He was saying that Denmark, yes, they were there 500 years ago, but it doesn't mean they own the place. And like that, even that statement on its own is just wild. Because how did America start?
Exactly. There's something that people are saying, or I've read around about this rhetoric of this oil thing about there's a treaty or something with I don't know. I know it's the name of the treaty, but I can't remember it. About how all oil has to be traded in the dollar. Is this right?
Yeah, that was Nixon.
And now this they're saying that this Venezuelan thing potentially might be an offshoot of this because they were now wanting to involve themselves with the BRICS. And obviously the BRICS are one of their primary things is to try and stop trading in the dollar, isn't it?
Yeah.
So then now imagine if this big oil figure say, yeah, we're not trading in the dollar either, fam. We're gonna go trade in the yen, or we're gonna go trade in the rubles, or whatever these other countries that are involved in this thing are doing. Again, that would make America like,
There was something.
And the big issue as well is that the oil in Venezuela is what they call the crude oil that they've got there is heavy.
Again,
it's very heavy.
Well, that's what Stav was just talking about now. And you have to think about all of these Saudi Arabian countries as well that the Americans are pally with. They're looking at it like, this is meant to be our shit. Like, this is our thing. Oil is our thing, innit?
Yeah. Well,
how is this country? America's got tons of reserves of oil now. With the fracking, they're like second, I think, to Venezuela.
This is what I'm saying. But so they showed the list the other day. I was quite surprised about where everybody was actually. But yeah. So again, they're like, this is our thing. But now, and that might be why they're diversifying all of their situation as to why they're dealing with tourism and all this stuff to try and bring people into the country because the oil reserves is not the thing anymore.
No. So what happened with that specifically? Because I remember looking into that. The Saudis they had already reached peak oil in, I think it was 2015, and peak oil is basically they've actually calculated that this is the maximum amount of oil that they're going to get to, and from here on outwards it's going to be depleting. So they've already done that. So their diversification plan started around 20-30 years ago, and that's why they're getting into tourism. That's why they're getting into buying all of these football clubs and all those stuff.
Sports washing.
So, and sports washing. So basically, they've actually diversified their portfolio so that they don't have a single point of failure with the oil. So that's 100%. So with America going at Venezuela with this, it's again strategic because the Europe had to still get energy from Russia. China still had to, China actually used to get oil from Venezuela as well. I think there was something to do with a large percentage of their oil was coming from Venezuela as well.
Yeah.
So now they've
cut price.
At cut price. So now they've come and taken over that. They've cut the supply of China's oil, or one of their suppliers, or at least changed the dependency. So it is a very geopolitical move that he's doing for this oil.
Yeah,
because he's trying to knock his enemies off.
For America, it's a good thing.
Yeah, it's just that it's mad.
Yeah,
and the thing about it now is you got to think of this situation. At some point, they're gonna knock on the wrong door, and somebody's gonna be like, "Okay, who's that knocking on my window now?"
Pal.
Nobody now. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be China.
The thing is, if we go through historically, the things that are happening are normal. There's nothing Trump has done that hasn't been done. I think even in the last 100 years. I'm not talking about 1,000 years ago. In the last 100 years, there's nothing Trump's done that has not been done.
This is the thing. Again, he was doing the same thing that Bush was doing.
it's just how he's doing it in terms of what he's saying. But what he's doing is not different. This is not the first leader of a country that America has gone and taken. It's not the first one.
Did they parade them on the streets?
Maybe they might have.
Who?
Noriega.
I can't remember her name.
Manuel Noriega. They went and yanked him out.
In the Philippines. He's in the mansion.
So it's not the first time it's happened. So the thing is, I think a lot of people who are not drenched in history of politics are seeing this stuff, and because it's the first time they're hearing about it, they're like, "This is crazy." And then again, because of how he talks, how he displays himself, the nonsense that comes out of his mouth, like this is a magazine. Some people were just sweet talking it. Obama bombed more than Trump. In the 4-year period, in the 4 years of his first presidency, and let's say a 4-year period of Obama was worse in terms of what he did in other countries outside. But Obama was smooth.
Yeah, but was Obama's one all his initiative, or was he continuing what had happened?
It wouldn't matter. He's a president. You could stop if you wanted to. If we're going to make that, because Trump is doing what he wants, nobody can stop Trump. If you wanted to stop this, and then on top of that, no, I think and who's the last one? The old man again. He deported more people in his 4-year term than Trump did in his 4-year term. So all the build wall rhetoric and all that stuff, Biden did more than Trump. But nobody's complaining about Biden. But he got rid of more people. Now it's different. Trump is on a with the eye stuff. It's crazy, yeah.
Crazy.
But Trump's first 4 years was not as bad as Biden's first 4 years in terms of getting rid of illegal immigrants.
Yeah, he's not just getting rid of them now. He's actually killing them. So,
but the point was, people were complaining more about Trump than they were about Biden. Nobody was talking about Biden
because what Biden was doing was doing. No, I don't think people complaining about getting rid of illegal immigrants. It's the manner of how you're getting rid of the illegal immigrants. There is no human rights in the way he's getting rid of illegal immigrants. So like people like Britain are getting rid of illegal immigrants all the time. They come in their boats, they do what their boats, they send them away. Yeah, but they're not. You're not seeing on the news. Man's just dragging the people off the boats, licking them down, kicking them down, dragging them, thinking this, that, other, wearing bellies, whatever.
This is where I now agree with one thing with Trump saying, where he talks about the fake news media. So you have media that's on the left, media that's on the right. All right. So if you watch Al Jazeera, they say they kidnapped the Venezuelan president. If you watch CNN, they might say they kidnapped the Venezuelan.
They liberated Venezuela.
But if you watch Fox News, they'll say they ascertained or they held the Venezuelan president. So how you talk about it?
The criminal.
So when Trump says the media is feeding you a narrative, which all of us kind of agree with at some point, you have to look at it how Trump's saying. If it's when the left is in power, the left media is not as hard as they would be if it was Trump. And the people on the right are not complaining about things like immigration. They want people gone anyways. So if it was a right-leaning president and he's getting rid of 100 people a day, the left-leaning news is saying, look what he's doing. If it's a left-leaning president, the left-wing media are not saying that. And the right-wing media are not saying it either because they're happy about it. So they weren't saying it either way. So it looks skewed that when there's somebody in power that's a right-wing, it seems worse because the media is actually biased.
Because the way you're doing it is worse.
It's actually biased. The media is biased as well. The media is biased.
But the way you're doing it is worse.
Either way.
Regardless of whether or not you think the way you're doing it is worse.
Yeah. All right, so on that oil reserve list, proven oil reserves, Venezuela's top, Saudi Arabia's second, Iran is third, Iraq is fourth, Canada is fifth.
Yeah, Canada was higher than America.
United Arab Emirates is sixth, Kuwait is 7, Russia is 8, United States is 9, Libya is 10, and Nigeria is 11.
What's the title?
Is that very, very that recent, that thing?
Yeah, this is from February 2025.
I saw one the other day, bro.
Yeah.
What's the?
This is I'm gone on to the wiki.
No, what's
page.
it called? The
reserves. Okay, proven reserves. Oil reserve.
Right.
Yeah. So
number one was what?
Venezuela. What's interesting here though is that they say the years of production in reserve. Yeah. So how many years of production do you have in reserve? Venezuela's got 885 years, which is why everyone's going crazy. But that's because they're doing like 1 million barrels a year.
They're doing peanuts.
Yeah. Whereas
a year or a day. When I hear these figures,
Oh,
my mind is blown when I hear these
per
figures.
day. Yeah, so sorry, you're right, per day. But Saudi Arabia has only got 81 years of production, but they're doing 10 million barrels a day. And then you got Iran, they've got 134 years because they do 4 million a day. Iraq has got 4 million a day in 127 years. Canada's only got 97 years left. They do 5.5 million barrels a day. United Arab Emirates have got 90 years left and they're doing 3.2 a day. Kuwait has got 111 years and they're doing 2.5 a day. Russia has got 22 years left and they're doing 10.7 10.7 barrels a day. 10.7 million barrels a day. And then the United States have got 15 years left and they're doing 13 million barrels a day.
Okay. Oh, 15. All right, that's not bad.
Which is why they trying to take over shit. Libya's still got 102 years, but they're only doing 1 million plus. And Nigeria's only got 64 years and we're doing 1.7.
And you notice all these countries, how many of them has America gone to?
All of them. Mm-hmm. Every single one.
Including Nigeria just the other day. But anyway, let's another thing for another day. Let's quickly talk about... you got anything else you want to go?
No, not me.
Okay, let's quickly talk about Nigeria then, while we're here. African Nations Cup at the moment, Nigeria's doing well. But in the same way they're doing well, they're still getting palaver going on in the back end. Apparently they didn't pay their bonuses again. And they again was threatening to strike again at some point. And then I think one of the players just said, I'll just pay your bonuses. He said, I'll pay your bonuses out of my own back. It's too disgraceful that what we're doing now, that we should be paying the bonuses.
Which player was it?
Ndidi.
To shout him out. Ndidi?
Yeah. I do. Ndidi was the one that said it. But I was watching a video of another podcast and they were saying, if Nigeria win AFCON, I still not support them because of what they've done.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people are like, what do you mean? You know, they deserve their bonuses. It's like, yeah, I understand you deserve the bonuses. Yes, I understand that the Nigerian FA or whatever are causing you problems, but that should not come above you playing for your country
national
and
pride,
doing whatever. He said every single Nigerian team has gone through this thing with their bonuses or whatever.
Yeah.
You don't know about it. You won't hear about it. Their team will come out, they'll play their football. They were talking about the 1996 World Cup team where the people, like one of the players was driving the bus because they had no bus driver. And the coach left because there was no wages. They still play. You don't understand. Like this is, I think he's basically saying Nigeria as a football team is not for the Nigerian government. It's not for the Nigerian FA. It's for the Nigerian people. And you must play for the Nigerian people. The minute you're making the money more important than the people is when the problem starts. There was complaining about Osman the other day when Osman did what he did with what's his name? What's my guy's name? Lukman, where basically Osman went and had a rant out at the older Lukman because he didn't pass to him. He should have passed him though.
Yeah.
But
doing it
screaming it on the pitch, and then he asked to be substituted. That's the bit I'm vexed about. Scream as much as you like. Don't ask to be substituted to come off the game. Yeah, that's just ridiculous. And they said that when he came off the game, I don't know if you watched the one that Mr. Wolf sent me when the man was saying that he didn't clap for the fans or nothing. The fans that has come all this far, you didn't even come to greet them to say blah, 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 blah. Again, the football is for the people. Football has always been for the people.
Yeah.
But so this guy was talking about that, and I was thinking to myself, that's quite interesting because this is actually the best football I've seen Nigeria play for a very long time. Like they're smashing this AFCON. There's people in my workplace are like, oh, Nigeria's good. And I was like, don't have that in your brain because when we get to the final, I will lose. And then I will defend it. Because that's what always happens. We play well to where we need to win the thing and then not win it. But let's see, we go forward. We've got Morocco next. Let's see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes, man. I was hoping for an all West African semi and all West African final, but West African
semi and then all West African. Oh, because we could have all won it.
Yeah, because we had.
I like Morocco being there. Morocco should be there, but it's their country. It's good for them to be there.
I mean, yeah, but that's not what I wanted. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Apparently, the Morocco still in. Who? Morocco's playing Nigeria.
Yeah, we're playing them next.
The semis.
Yeah.
All right.
And then Egypt is playing Senegal.
Senegal, yeah.
Ooh, so it's going to be all brown or all black?
Basically. I don't know if
that's what I'm saying. And it would have been, if it had gone the way I would have liked to have gone, it would have been Ivory Coast against Senegal, and it would have been us against... No, Morocco had already gotten through in it, but Morocco beat who? Cameroon, yeah. It would have been Cameroon. So
I'm not fussed about that stuff.
Do you know about the Moroccan-Algerian beef?
I used to.
So obviously Morocco is holding AFCON. And Algeria, some of them wanted Algeria to get to the final so they could beat them in the final. That's like, we want Algeria at the final.
What's the beef again?
No, so the political beef, there's a political beef where I believe the Moroccan have got like a dynasty, like a queen or whatever of Morocco and stuff like that, don't they?
Okay.
Or they did or whatever. But anyway, they sided with the French when the French came to invade and do what they were doing with Tunisia. So not Tunisia, Algeria, sorry. And they basically helped them and backed them in that situation. And then it was, since then it's been beef between the two countries back and forth. And the last thing I remember them doing is that the Algerians closed the whole border off to Morocco, and Morocco can't even cover it.
The border was the bit that was in my brain. I vaguely remember that. The historical roots of the issue. The border is the bit that
that was the most recent thing. The border, they said, you know what? After, I don't know what the last thing happened. Maybe one of them tried to bomb them or something.
It was for about 2 or 3 years actually, and then they just opened it recently.
Did they open it again? I thought it's still closed.
No, if I recall correctly, it got open.
Yeah, and there's no direct flights between Morocco and Algeria at the moment.
Yeah, so it says Algeria and Morocco fought a brief border conflict known as the Sand War in 1963, stemming from territorial claims over border areas after Algerian independence, leading to a ceasefire and lasting animosity, particularly over Western Sahara, fueling ongoing political tensions and rivalries. Though not a full-scale ongoing war, tensions have recently intensified due to cultural disputes like couscous and kaftans, and accusations of interference with occasional border skirmishes and diplomatic spats, but not a declared continuous war.
So basically,
it's still close.
Just to round that up, the French left Algeria. Algeria was like, okay, we're coming to collect our things, that's ours. And the Morocco was like, oh, no, that's ours now, bruv. That's ours, fam. It's not yours again. And then that's how the beef started. The same way that they did it in every other country that they've gone through. Anyway, you want to play the video again? but anyway, so it kicked off again because the Algerians was going nuts. Some of them were accusing that the Moroccans have paid the referees to get, so they everything went against them against Nigeria. They didn't get one shot on target, by the way. Nigeria smashed it to pieces, but they've been making that it's been bribery. There's been bribery happening. This, that, was. So he's kicking off a whole Moroccan Algerian beef online with the beef with each other. I find that quite interesting. But anyway, going back to Nigeria again.
I love when I get involved in, or when I come across these kind of things.
Other beefs that I didn't know about.
And it's like, this is so interesting. And there's like, again, which reminds me, there's a whole world going on out there that we don't know about.
Yeah. So again, going back again, I then posted in the group yesterday about Chiamanda's son that died in the hospital. Again, this is highlighting. Sorry, just to let you know, her son died in the hospital. Apparently, an anaesthetist gave her son too much drugs, and that led to the son then having a seizure, I believe, and then passing away soon after. And apparently, she released something, but it wasn't actually meant to be released to the public. They said it was something that's released privately, and then suddenly somebody obviously posted that to the public. Similar to what happened with AJ, I'm assuming that happened with. I don't know if you saw what happened with Kamara Usman and AJ as well. Well, so Kamara Usman and AJ had a discussion privately, where they thought was private, but Usman was somewhere being filmed. And the person was basically filming the conversation, and AJ was explaining what happened with his friends that passed away, and then that got put online. That was, for me, that I know Kamara Usman's already come out and said sorry about it, but if he did that on purpose or whatever, that's sickening to me. But that's like a man's talking to you at the private thing. Two prominent Nigerian champions talking to each other. You can't post it. I don't think it was him. I think somebody else posted it for him, but he apologized. Like, I didn't know I was being filmed. Obviously, if I knew, I wouldn't have done it, and this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, so Nigeria is just in the spotlight for just the most maddest things right about now. It's either the football thing or this shine about AJ stuff, or now this thing about the hospital stuff that's going around at the moment. Then obviously you've got the bombing that happened in Christmas Day. Nigeria, I don't know what I got for Nigeria, man. I don't know what I got for Nigeria. I don't know what's going to happen in the next couple of years. But I feel there's going to be big things happening in Nigeria that we need to pay attention to.
For better or for worse?
It's always for worse. That's the problem.
I don't know if it will be for worse.
Well, if Trump has got his nose there now, it's, again, another thing you need to be worried about.
Oh, yeah. In that sense, yeah.
You mentioned already the refinery situation that everyone was upset about, which has now been completed. I still don't understand how he managed to complete it, to be honest.
Listen.
That's probably his biggest achievement. The richest man in Africa, his probably biggest achievement is the fact that he's been able to finish that refinery.
And again, like, I'm sorry, whether we know the ins and outs or not, you just have to just take your hat off to that guy and salute him, because what he has done is actually, it shouldn't be considered like this, but it's actually a miracle. It's amazing,
and he's gonna be his biggest legacy. That's somebody's guilty conscience.
You guys need to give the references for half the people that don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so in Nigeria, as we just spoke about oil, constantly speaking about oil, Nigeria was one of the biggest producers of oils in the world at one point, and still is. Right, you said number 11 now, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So, but the problem
reserves.
But the problem with Nigeria is that we had no refineries in Nigeria. So what Nigeria used to do is we used to sell oil to people and then buy it back.
Export it,
and then buy it back.
Export it raw, buy it back, cooked.
We weren't really selling it to people. It was the ministers of energy were selling it to their own offshore
refineries that they had already
and creating a $700 billion loop.
Yes, so basically people were doing fraud, right? So anyway, so Dangote, the richest man in Africa, a Nigerian, said enough is enough. I'm going to build our own refinery. Why should we be sending oil to other countries to refine it? Why can't we do it in Nigeria? And he had a whole heap of backlash, as you would imagine. Obviously, people are doing fraud. This man is now stopping them from doing their fraud, or maybe potentially stopping them from doing their fraud. But eventually, after all of the backlash, he managed to finish the refinery. It's done now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's finished. It's operational.
And it's operational now. And I just don't know how he managed to do it.
The Dangote refinery in Nigeria is the world's largest single train refinery with a capacity of 650,000 barrels of crude oil per day.
The Chinese were going to come and do it at one point, weren't they?
Yeah.
But he said, no. We can't do it. And he did it. So
does he deserve to be on a Mount Rushmore?
I don't know, because I don't know what fraud he's done either. That's the problem. This man, no one really talks about fraud with him, to be honest. He just looks like he just made his money the way he made his money, but he can't do anything in Nigeria without some form of something behind it. But even if he had enough guilt in his body to say, I know, even though he's making money from himself, maybe I should just do something for this country.
Making money is not the issue. The issue is, do you give back? Do you steal so much that the people around you are not eating anything? Making money is fine, but doing it in this country instead of somewhere else where it would have been easier and I could have been making money. That's where you now get put around Rushmore, because you're looking out for your people. You care about your people. You're doing something for your people. I never begrudge somebody for making money on the side or even the majority for yourself. It's what's happening on the side of that.
Yes, as I said, it might be a guilt thing.
Wow, he could just be that.
It could be.
He could be like what you said. Enough's enough. Why can we have our own refinery?
Which is what he's said in statements. Which is
what I'm saying. That's a guilt thing. But again, I put it on him that he did a good thing, regardless of where it is.
Yeah.
Well, regardless of the reasons as to why he's done it.
Yeah, I salute him. I heavily rate him. He's like, yeah, definitely. Just for that one achievement alone, because we forget, as much as it's the biggest refinery in the world, single train refinery in the world, he's also doing cement, he's also doing sugar, so he's got other things that are going on as part of the Dangote Group conglomerate. But that as an achievement, because of how difficult I know it is to do the simplest things in Nigeria, that for me just...
the worry is when he's gone, when he either steps down or when he passes away.
Succession is always the problem.
Who's going to take over and what are they going to do?
Yeah, that's succession is always the problem. And I feel like as much as everybody who was trying to stop him from doing it are vexed that he managed to do it, they also have that same thing in mind.
This is why somebody those self-made billionaires or super business people, whether it's who's the press tycoon, the Australian one that owns all the press.
Robert Murdoch. Yeah, Murdoch. Yeah, Rupert Murdoch.
Or Musk or whatever. These people get old and they won't let go because it's like, I don't trust these people behind me to do what I'm doing.
You're talking about them.
I don't trust them.
What? Don't forget Eliza.
Yeah, it's true.
Who?
Mama Charles.
Yeah, it's true.
Mama Charles said, I ain't leaving.
I'm not leaving.
I don't know what you're gonna do, Charles. You know it's has to bang.
I'm talking about the successful ones. Like all the choices.
Think Mama Charles was successful?
I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying the people that were successful, they made good choices that built these things up. I'm not involved in her because I'm talking about self-made people. They came from nothing, or they came from a small something, and they built up to mammoth amounts. They made good business decisions. I don't trust my son, my nephew, my daughter, my whoever to be able to do this.
A lot of the time... Sorry, go on.
Succession is one of the most difficult things, and it's not even just in business. It's also in like leadership of countries and stuff like that. The ability to have or create frameworks that people believe in.
Shout out Fergie.
Is where the problem lies. Do you understand? And everybody has their own idea of what they're going to do.
Usually you want to dash the old methods out with the old man.
Exactly.
But the other problem is this, yeah. A lot of those people, when you're talking about that, have been so headstrong on achieving that achievement that they've neglected to then pass on their actual morals and situations or whatever to their children. So when they look at their reflection of themselves and their children, they don't see it. Because how they were brought up and how their children is brought up is two completely...
Especially the ones that came from nothing.
Yeah, it's two completely different mannerisms, two completely different understandings of the world, and two completely different ways of living.
You have the stereotype of the billionaire that sees himself in the person that is struggling and he's worked his way up.
Yeah.
So instead of his son that is in a high position because of...
I've put you there.
Yeah.
Nothing. You don't actually understand that.
One of my favourite words.
Could you survive if I left you on the street now? Could you survive if I took away just 1 million and left you with, I don't know, 500,000? Could you survive?
Father, why do you care about Jonathan more? It's because me and Jonathan have lived the same story.
Yeah.
He's reached where he is now.
My CEO reached it because he did it.
Because he hustled.
Not because my sperm was there at the time.
So when have you ever had to worry about eating?
Yeah,
son.
So then I think sometimes that's why they very struggle to remove and give things over, because they can't see. You're not
look at Bill
built for it,
Gates.
bruv.
I'm not giving my kids nothing. Some of these people, I'm not giving you nothing.
But I've given you something.
Yeah, but when they die, they're like, you're not getting this money
because you've been given every opportunity to make this money, man.
And
that's the thing.
But it happens again. Like I said, it happens in leadership as well. So you've got the likes of MLK and Malcolm X. Like, no one came up in their stead following them because the succession pole gets broken. Patrice Lumumba, the same thing. The succession pole gets broken.
Those three of them, they were purposely punctured and severed.
The whole of their situation was cracked.
It was premature. It wasn't. And don't get me wrong, anyone can die. So you should set things up. But those ones were super premature. It's like, and then on top of that, not only is it premature, the plot was for it to not happen. Whereas the leader of this company or this country or whatever might be like, I'm planning to do something. They might die, but they would have put things in place.
Yeah.
And then the universe has left them alone to do what they're doing. Not that the people that actually kill the people are going out their way to make sure this doesn't happen again. Yeah, we can't let another person fill your boots.
Succession is hard, man.
Succession is one of the most difficult things.
Shout out, Manchester United.
Yeah,
they know it more than
anyone else.
Anyone.
Arsenal would have known it as well if it wasn't for. I think it was more of a case of the way that things happen, that they could see it. You could see this could potentially just end up being.
Wenger set things up for somebody else.
Wenger had children. Fergie has no children.
Ooh.
Same way that Pep's got children. Who's Fergie's children? Ali Gunnar Solskjaer. Who else? He did it, and he was the best one. He was the best at United.
Ollie's at the wheel.
Fletcher, or whatever his name is.
What, that's there now?
Yeah.
Is he one of his children?
Yeah,
properly one of his children?
I believe so.
Not really.
Wayne Rooney's one.
They say that's a true mark of success.
I don't think he's the one either. Again, none of his children have done well.
True mark of success is what's happening after you. Did you build a platform for somebody else?
Out of all of his children, none of them have done well. And in management, I don't think.
But then sometimes you just have somebody that's exceptional and has a special sauce, and nobody else can replicate what you do.
That's Arteta. I think Arteta was the one that all of them, because he's both their children, Pep and Wenger's children did it. But both of them said that this guy's going to be a manager. They could see it. There's certain people you can see. And to be honest, all of them are Cruyff's children.
Yeah.
He's the granddad of them all. Well, on part of not Wenger, but Pep, this person, that they all come from his tree. There's so many of them that come from his tree. It's mad.
Ruud Gullit, Louis van Gaal.
So then that's the mark of success. The man that built other people to be successful once he was not there anymore.
Yeah. But you have to follow the system, and you've got to believe in the system.
But that's the point. They believed in the system.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem that happens. Like a lot of times systems are left behind, and the people that come behind, they make the ultimate mistake of, these are the things that you did wrong. So then I can't follow the system because the system says that I'm supposed to do those things. But you're taking into account how you felt about what he did. You can't have somebody who has the level of success that they have and then say, actually, because I didn't feel great about this, and this, I'm going to change that and do that differently. Now you're doing the system differently. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Pep Guardiola, Frank Rijkaard, and Ronald Koeman are all children of Johan Cruyff. They all use these mannerisms, all these techniques or whatever, and that's how they go.
But you have to follow it.
Michael Laudrup.
Yeah, you have to follow. You have to follow the formula. That's why Barcelona is what it is, and that's why Real Madrid is what it is. Because it doesn't matter who you are. When you go there,
you play that way.
You play that formula, and that's the reason why their success has been what it is. Every single player from every era that has gone to Barcelona has said the same thing. They've got a system there. They play that system there. It goes from the top team right down to the children, and we stay with the system all the way.
Well, I love that story of Henry when he said he went in there hotshot after leaving Arsenal, and then he was standing beside and unfortunately, because I don't know the names, is making the story rubbish. But he was standing beside a player. He's looking at a banner which said something, and he was kind of like rubbishing the banner. And he's like one of the mature members of
it was either Xavi or Iniesta.
He's like, hey, shut up. Whatever you've done it elsewhere, don't worry about it. This is Barcelona. When you've done something here, you can open your mouth and talk.
Yeah.
And I like Henry, and this is where real winners is. Like, I was gonna talk, and then I realized he's right. I keep my mouth shut. I have to prove myself here. Not from what I've done from before.
Previously, yeah.
And I fall into the system. So exactly what you fall into. This is how Barcelona is.
Yeah.
Don't worry about what you did before. Don't worry about how successful you were before. You did it different there.
And that's what they prove in these teams. That's why people, when they go to Arsenal, I'm not just saying it because it's my club, but they people are like, Arsenal's way is different. It's different here. And I think that's where after the Wenger thing, when they had that little in between where no one really had the identity, that's why I think Arteta's brought back the identity.
Of course.
But he got that from Wenger.
Yeah.
So then now it's like, Arsenal's different. Like, you hear Man Wiki, like, I was playing at Chelsea was winning things, but Arsenal's different. Even though they're not winning things, the things they do, the way they do things here is different. They add a little bit of class or a little bit of this or something that you wouldn't see in another club. They do it here different. And I think clubs that's got that identity always have that prestige in people's eyes. And that's why I feel it's a shame, because I have no problem with Man City, but Man City don't have that identity and stuff like that.
Yeah, so as soon as
they might be building one now.
Maybe.
I don't know. When the next person comes, we'll see, innit?
Maybe.
I don't know if Pep's going to leave his DNA there. That's the problem. Well, maybe that's why they want, what's his name? Maresca, because he's, again, Pep's DNA, so it continues as going forward and you can get that legacy.
But outside of that, succession, one of the hardest things to do.
This is why I pick up my parents.
But this is why I rate China. Because China do a thing where they operate on 100-year basis. All of their planning
it's long-term
is on 100-year basis. So it means that it doesn't matter what administration's in there, this is what we're doing. And only until we've done that do we then do the next 100 years.
They didn't think very well of the one-child policy. But anyway, this is why I rate
mistakes can be made.
I rate my parents. Because they set up the legacy for their offspring to do well. And all I can see is that hopefully the next generation will do even better than us. It's nice.
I think that's most immigrant experience.
I'm just looking at mine.
Okay.
Yeah, but fair enough. I'll have that. I'll have that. But it's a beautiful thing. Succession is the word of the day, and you're right. It is nice to look at that and see, because it's in every facet, whether it's sports, business, family, government, society, wherever you work. Succession, how you leave things on, which again for me is now encompassed by my favorite word now.
Nepotism.
No,
go on.
I love nepotism. Culture.
On culture, okay.
And culture in terms of like nepotism and jeopardize are my actual favorite words.
Yeah.
But culture is my favorite word in terms of what it means.
Okay,
as opposed to just how it sounds.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cardi B and Offset.
If it's up, all right.
The youth's name's culture, isn't it?
Yeah, it's culture.
All right, on that note, then, we'll do our church notes and our goodbyes. Let me find some music to play. Let's start off with me. For once, I'm going to talk my ears. I watched a bunch of films recently. I'm trying to catch up with all the Oscar bait kind of music stuff. One of the films I watched that was fantastic is
Let me start first. Let me say my shit.
Well, how about you start?
No, can you remember the film?
It's Sentimental Value.
Okay, I never heard of it.
It's if it's Swedish or it's a Nordic film.
Okay,
so it's not in English. Although there are parts where there's an American actress, and when she's in it, they speak English. But it's been put up for a foreign film of the year from whichever country it's from. If it doesn't win, I need to watch the rest of them actually before I open my mouth. The film is so good because, in fact, the Brazilian film people are saying is fantastic, or the Mexican film. It's got the one from what's the Narcos, the main dude from Narcos. No, Narcos.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He's in this. Let me call it Mexican. The Mexican film. People are saying it's fantastic. Just the premise of it, I like. So I need to get around and watch that. Anyways.
Okay, well, you need to send these films in the group so I can watch them, man.
You're the film guy.
I don't know about these. I don't watch foreign film. I'm not pretending like I'm going to go and watch a foreign. This man is the one that wants to go watch a foreign.
Sentimental value. So we discussed it end of last year, the best films of the year, and I put One Battle After Another. I thought was number 1. Maybe Sinners was number 2. And I left it at that. I said I shrugged. There was no top 5 for me. Sentimental value, which I think is a last year film. If it has to be number 3, and I'm just debating whether it's 2 or 1. It's fantastic, but I don't know if it's the type. But
I'll check
my siblings need to watch it.
I'll check it out.
Once you watch it, I need to talk to you about it, and my sister as well. So if you're listening, you watch Sentimental Value. So yeah, that's me. I don't usually do film thing, but that film was so good. I said, yeah, I need to pick it up.
All right. So I'm next, yeah?
Yeah, go on.
All right, so I've got kind of a question in this, yeah? Because I'm going to make a statement. And that's why I was at the beginning of the podcast. I know Steph says they don't like us on our phone, but that's why I was on the beginning of my phone, because I was going through a list. And I might actually say this with my hand on heart, thinking that this might be the truth. The Fresh Prince reboot, Bel-Air, might be the best reboot remake of all time. I don't think I know anyone that's been better than that.
So what other things did you see?
I have to go through the list again, but you got things like...
You didn't remember the good ones?
There wasn't that many good ones. That's what I'm saying. You got things like... I'll try.
Did you include filming to the equation as well, or just TV? Okay.
This films as well. Let me see if I can find the list while I'm talking. But I don't think I have seen a better reboot or remake of any program better than that. It's so good. It's finished now.
Yeah. The new season's finished?
No, the whole thing is finished.
Yeah, I haven't watched the new seasons.
The whole thing is finished, and I think they
ended well.
It's not that they ended well. Again, if you watch The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, it's a comedic program. It was not a drama. They turned it into a drama. They moved the whole genre to a different thing. It's drama now. It's not comedic. And the way they have taken the old stuff and mixed it in with the new, like there's people in there that you expect to not be in there. They put scenarios that come from the original program and just revamped it to how it would be now in 2024, 2025 and 2026 or whatever, how many years it's been there. And they've just done it so well. And I'll tip my hat to them. That's how amazing I think that program was. I left this season. I don't know what it was about it that I left it, but I watched all of it in one go. And I was just like,
bravo.
They did it for the whole 4 seasons. They've done it so well. They've just done it really well. But yeah, there's things that they put in here, like they've got Queer Eyes for the Straight Guy. I didn't really watch that in the first place, so I don't really know. They've got stuff like Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Obviously they did a remake. The Tick, Battlestar Galactica. She's Got to Have It. Their number 1 thing. Let me just go straight to their number 1 and see what they said their number 1 was. Roseanne was on there. Obviously they rebooted that.
Yeah, but if you're talking about the same characters and everything, it can't be. Roseanne was the same character.
There's reboots and remakes, isn't it? This one. The Magic School Bus Rides Again. I have no idea what that is, but that's number 1. Charlie's Angels was number 2. Beauty and the Beast was number 3. MacGyver number 4.
I haven't watched the new MacGyver, so I'm cussing it.
I did,
because I just love the old MacGyver.
I watched it. It was not as good. Uncle Buck number 8. I didn't even watch it. That's got Mike Epps in it. The dialogue. Stuff like that. Fuller House. Heroes Reborn. I remember I watched some of that.
Is Nutty Professor not in there?
Nutty Professor might be up there.
Equalizer not in there?
Equalizer was not there. Equalizer another good one.
Good shout.
But I don't think any of them are as good as Fresh Prince. The reason why I'm saying that is
Equalizer is fantastic, man.
No, I like the film, but I'm talking about the marriage between the old one
and the new one.
Marriage is better.
I'm talking about
the best.
Yeah, I'm saying it's the best of a reboot. So this is the program. This is the original program. This is the reboot of that program, and the marriage between the old one and the new one is amazing.
So, okay, well, most of them, they don't have that link. Then most programs don't do that. Fresh Prince went out of his way to draw on not just the idea of the original, but to draw on like something and to flip it. They just like you said. I like the idea that let's take this comedy and make it a drama. Let's take the thing that is funny. Oh, this dude that was because if you look at the intro for the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the original, it's not a funny thing. Man was getting bullied and was going to get shot, and he had to run away to a whole nother state. Yeah. But it was a joke.
Yeah, but I think what they did with the original was that they used comedy to talk about really serious subjects.
Yeah, but in this case now, they're not using comedy anymore. They're making the serious subjects. Yeah, with his drugs, because there were drugs, there was cheating, there was death, all of this stuff happening.
In the original Fresh Prince. Because remember Carlton had the cocaine. In the original one, they found it in his locker and that stuff, and he was going to take it. Was it cocaine or was it? I think it was cocaine.
Advil,
it was something to keep him when he was studying.
And
so
he was on it
what you would have is you'd have dramatic scenes in a comedy.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's
a reversal.
Yeah.
But the acting is amazing. The way it looks is amazing. Might have the finest women on the TV.
God damn it!
Have you watched it?
Coco. Yeah, I watched the first season.
Okay, so
I said, this is very good. It's just because I don't watch a lot of TV. I didn't come back to it. Coco.
It's not even just Coco, bro. The new. This is what I'm saying. Nia, when I see her, I'm along. Yeah.
Is she on the program?
The version of her that he was with.
I haven't got to that point yet.
You haven't got to that point
in the first season.
Yeah.
Oh, you had the girlfriend in the first season.
Yeah. And then Lisa.
Well, was it? Did she look as good as Coco? One woman
Coco
per program.
Jones is just like a next level type of beats, bro. She's getting married as well now, so
good on her. I'm happy for her. She's way too young for me, anyways, man. I'm there going over somebody that's younger than my nephew, probably.
Coco Jones is serious, bro.
God damn.
And I actually like the mark on her.
She can sing.
Yeah, it's good.
I was just listening to NPR, The Tiny Desk.
Okay.
Oh my days!
I just watched a video of her.
I know she could sing, but very good.
I watched a video of her and Wildin' Out, and her and one of the guys that Wildin' Out was doing. You know that Busta Rhymes verse on.
Okay.
Is it Look at Me Now?
Look at Me Now.
They both did it together.
Yeah.
They both did it together. And she did it. I was like, wow. Breath control. Everything was on point. But yeah. Anyway, so shout out Bel-Air is one of the best reboots. I haven't watched any films this week. I was meant to watch Hamnet yesterday, or the other day, but I couldn't because the man was still doing what he was doing in my yard.
I think I'm going to watch the other one tomorrow, probably.
Which one?
This
thing. Mighty Supreme.
Yeah, because I was going to watch it with Charmaine, innit? But then plans changed, so I didn't end up watching it when I was going to watch it.
Okay.
But I'll go and watch it myself now.
Cool. But yeah, I did watch a series because I said I was sitting right in my house waiting because the man was there with the door open. I watched a program on Netflix called His and Hers.
All right.
Which had Tessa Thompson and what's my guy that plays Punisher, man? I forget his name.
Oh, is that out now?
Yeah. What's his name that plays Punisher, man? I really like something Bethel.
Yeah.
John Bethel. I really like him in everything. I like him.
Yeah, he's good in everything.
I really, really like him.
Shout out the bear.
But yeah, especially the
Let
bear.
it rip, man.
Even in what's it called in Wolf of Wall Street. Even little CC does in Wolf of Wall Street. I love it when he talks about the pen. You know, show me how to sell this pen. You want to sell this pen? Yeah, write this thing down. I need a pen. There you are. And he does it. That's I've seen from him anyway. I like him a lot. But yeah, Tessa Thompson is the number one. That's
there's a film she's in that is quite good as well.
She's good in everything. She was good in Waterworld anyway. But this program is one of those programs I suggest people watch. I do like it. If you're sensitive to sexual violence, maybe be a bit skeptical, you know. But it is a very, very good program. It's about 8 episodes. About 45 minutes an episode or whatever. You can watch that back to back if you've got a couple of days just to watch it.
Back to back.
And then 1000 Blows is back for season 2 as well. Okay. If anyone knows about 1000 Blows, it's got what's his name in it. It's made by Stephen King, I think his name is, the guy that does Peaky Blinders and all those programs there.
I thought it was made by the
No, it's the Peaky Blinders guy that did that.
Maybe he directed it then. I know he's got some.
No, he writes and directs it. The guy that does Peaky Blinders, it's his thing.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong then.
Maybe Adolescence might have been the other guy's thing. I don't know.
No, he didn't do that.
But somebody else. But yeah, so anyway, so that's out. Second season again. All the episodes I think are out already, so you check that out. David Olusoga is part of that as well. He does like the historical stuff to it, I think.
To your point, sorry, just to go back a bit and to go forward and everything. The Adolescents, they won like a bunch of critics' choice. So the dude whoever his name is, sorry, the main actor in
Stephen Graham.
Stephen Graham. So I thought he directed this thing, but I'm wrong. Okay, cool. But whatever. He won some awards for Critics' Choice, and Adolescents won it as well. But I was listening to a podcast the other day where the lead actor was won by Timothée Chalamet. And when he went on stage, he said, shout out to Michael B. Jordan. You know, I just watched the film the second time. I didn't see the bit at the end the first time. I'm glad I watched it again. Yeah, he shouted him out on stage whilst he was accepting his award.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Now, this podcast is a very pro-black podcast.
Yeah.
And they were saying, you see, this reminds me of when, and they started playing a couple of clips when white people have won an award, gone on stage, and basically bigged up the black person that should have won.
Yeah.
And they said it reminds me of that. But I watched the Critics' Choice Award.
Yeah.
And in the Critics' Choice Award, when he went upstairs, when he went up to receive his award, he bigged up the all the other people. In fact, he even forgot about Michael B. Jordan. He said, who else? Michael B. Shout out the film. I watched it twice. Blah, 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 blah. But they only took that snippet and said, you see, these artists, because they care about the art so much, they kind of like, no. When Adele won an award and she said Beyonce should have won it for Lemonade, and they did another one where it's like, this award should belong to you. This is what I mean, talking about narrative. They only took that little snippet and said, oh, you see, it's another white actor that knows Michael B. Jordan should have won. He played 2 parts. He literally doubled the parts he should have won.
Okay, so he won it for Adolescents, yeah?
For TV program, yeah.
Okay. Did you see the joke that he made? One of the award things he picked up. He said it because his wife is one of the actors as well. He must have gone on the stage or something. What did he say? Something like
he said, "I'm the only actor here I don't recognize." Yeah, and people laughed. He said, "I told you it would be funny." Yeah, I told you it would be funny.
And it's true because most people might not know who he is. Like he's become a big star in places that probably he wasn't a big star in before because of Adolescents. He showed you the power of Netflix now. Anyway, at some point in one of the episodes, we need to talk about how Netflix is taking over everything. Every blood clot thing, but that's another.
Is it every blood clot thing?
Every blood clot.
I'll disagree with you there.
Okay, they're coming for everything. All the money. But yeah, I am officially done, people. Shout out yourselves out.
Shout out. Don't let the narrative fool you. Simple Simon.
I watched a couple of things this week. They're older, but I watched a couple of things. So I see the new Dave Chappelle stand-up.
I take back what I said before.
Yeah.
I was very tired when I watched it the first time. So I'll give it a bit more credence.
I watched that. The missus was in and around when it was happening, and she was laughing at some of the things that she was hearing, and she wasn't necessarily hearing the entire gag. It was just like little things. So I was like, oh, okay. So I enjoyed that. I forgot what it's called now.
The Unstoppable.
Yeah. The N-word.
Yeah.
The Unstoppable N-word.
But if you want to search for it, it's just called The Unstoppable.
I'm really interested in the outro and intro of it. I don't know, I kind of got the impression that it was a goodbye, but I don't know, maybe he was just giving reverence to the
no, all the things they talk about, which is back on the program.
And this is how tired I was the first time.
Yeah. So he was giving so it was just evidence. It wasn't anything else.
He does that on a lot of his things where he talks about stuff. He shows you the things. Like, I was there, bro. What I'm saying, he's like Fat Joe, innit? He wants you to know that when Fat Joe says a story, like. He's like, when I say this story, they think I'm lying. So when somebody that comes to back the story, like, I told you I was there.
But obviously he's got a personal photographer or whatever. But he's always got photos, whether he's in Africa, whether he's with this artist.
He does a lot of Africa. I did like all of that. So
I think that's probably one tour though. He just does it at the same time.
Maybe, but I thought that was quite good. I also watched something from before. You know the Purge saga. I didn't realize that there was another one. There's
a few of them.
Yeah, there's about 4 of them, and I had seen 3 of them, and I thought it was over. But there's a final one called The Forever Purge. I've never seen it before. I think it came out in 2020.
I stopped watching maybe after the first.
I watched the first one, but I like the premise.
Yeah,
but that was it.
No, there's one that you have to watch, which is the prequel that came after the first one. I think,
which is the one that explains how it started.
Yeah.
I think I've seen that one.
Yeah, that one
is. Well, is that good? I have to watch it.
Yeah, that one's good.
All right.
So then, I've watched this last one called The Forever Purge. And this one is even also interesting as well. It's in Texas. I don't know if because of what's happening now with immigration or whatever, but yeah. So that one's good. Definitely, if you get a chance to watch that. I also watched Wicked for Good with the little one as well. She loved that. I don't know. I feel like I preferred the first one over the second one.
Definitely. It's not even close.
Yeah. Then also watched another Korean film called The Flood. Was it Great Flood? Great Flood is called.
All right.
Yeah. That was an interesting one as well. I like that. Definitely, if you get a chance, have a look at that. And then I watched a documentary, WizKid, Long Live Lagos.
Oh.
So there's a documentary on WizKid, and it's centered around obviously just all of WizKid, but they go to Lagos. And they're focusing on the tour that he did when he came over here and played in Tottenham Stadium. So all of the events around that, plus history about him, and then obviously the people that he's worked with and what have you. Really good documentary. I enjoyed it. I don't really know too much about WizKid as an individual. He's very private, but it was a nice little look into WizKid, his journey and his success and what have you. So yeah, if you get a chance, have a look at that as well. And then Fallout has started again, so I'm on the next season of Fallout. It's episode 4 or 5.
I don't like that program. I'm watching it, but I'm not really rating it.
And I felt that same way about the first season, but I watched it, and I'm watching this season because I've watched the first one. If that makes sense.
You're invested.
I started so I finish, that kind of thing. So that's where I'm at with that.
I heard good things then, all right, and I won't watch it then.
No, but it's,
if you guys are saying you're watching it begrudgingly, I'm not starting it.
The palette on it is wonderful, like the way it looks. The color gamut and the palette is wonderful, but and the storyline was kind of alright. I guess maybe I'm not invested in the same way because I didn't play the game. So the film is based off of the game. So
The Last of Us was good, and I've never played the game.
Oh yeah, well, fair enough. Yeah, so there was that. I'm going to get onto Bel Air next. I completely forgot that series was there and that they had done the whole hoo-ha diggity-da-da-da. I watched on accident Den of Thieves yesterday, but I've never seen Den of Thieves 2, so I'm going to watch that.
What did you think of the first one?
It's not that special.
What do you think of Den of Thieves?
Den of Thieves is alright.
I think it's fantastic.
It's alright, man. It was good enough for me to. It was on the TV, so I didn't like deliberately tune into it.
Yeah.
But then from the point where I saw it, I was like, oh, actually, I got to watch this.
A very good popcorn film.
Yeah.
And then the second one, unfortunately, is not as.
It's not as good.
No way.
So I wasted my time. All right, cool.
No way, that's good. Up to the point I'm saying you don't have to watch it.
Goddamn folders. Yeah. I got another film on my list now called 40 Acres, which is an interesting one. It's not from this year. It's from last year, I believe. It's a black film.
I would assume so.
Yeah,
with that name.
Yeah, but it's I think it's set in Canada, which is making it even more interesting for me. So I'm gonna get my teeth into that. I'll let you know next week.
So it's got nothing to do with the 40 Acres and a Mule business.
To some degree, it must have, just because of the title.
Oh, but you haven't even got.
I haven't even got to the part yet. So.
I learned the history of that recently, and then I forgot. My memory is very poor, but it was 40 acres because they divided the amount of land by the amount of
people,
free slaves or whatever it is, and it ended up being about 40 acres per person. And then I guess they just tossed the mule in for whatever it is.
Well, you need to work the land, innit?
There you go. And then I forgot why it never actually happened in the end. I wish I could remember stuff more. Anyways, all right.
So that's about it. Look after yourself, look after each other. Well, as I always said, forever alliance on the foundation.
All right, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the podcast. If you don't like Trump, I'm sorry, but you got a whole hour and a half of more or less of Trump, or over an hour of Trump. That's what we were speaking about, and there you go. So I believe I'm going to call this the Trump Succession episode, if I can remember that. Because believe it or not, me thinking of the title for the episode is one of the longest things for me.
Oh yeah,
it's longer than editing.
I can understand that
because it's important to me. But anyway, so there you go. I've got that one there. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Hashtag ESN to start joining the conversation at ESN Podcast on all the social media, or most of them, anyways. And ESNpodcast@gmail.com to send in the things.
Tell them.
Shout out to Mr. Wolf, who's not here this week. Shout out to DJ Rebslinger, 1 year gone, but always in our arts. Yeah. Shout out Big Wahala, shout out Simple Simon, and everyone else.
Shout you out too, brother.
Thank you very, very much.
And remember, if you ain't saying nothing, say it well.
It's life for life.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, rodents and other small insects. Welcome to the ESN podcast.